We're live. Hello. It's MFM time. You know we're serious because Shakrot has a white monster.
Hello. This is actually the melon flavored one. That's my favorite.
Oh, it's
days.
not. Oh, you said it was a white monster earlier.
I never said it was a white monster.
Let me just pin my Discord.
Do you know, while you're setting up the pleasantries, looking at this screen, do you know what a random thing that just keeps dragging me back to Knights? The Codex cover is so fucking sick, dude. Like, it's absolutely mogging all the other Codex arts here. I love the 11th edition, no, 10th edition Imperial Knights Codex. Like, I just can't stop staring at it.
I like the Agents one, but then you look at the mini it's based off and you're like, ugh. Yeah, we don't have any of the others joining us today because I guess Chaos Coterie is asleep or Omni's not awake yet, then they might join later.
One of them's foreign and one of them works weird hours.
I know, crazy stuff. Well, he said yes initially, but I guess maybe he didn't account for the fact it's 10 a.m. Let me just...
Do you know, I always remember these slates coming out midday.
There was a period where they were releasing them at varying times, but it feels like Omni's in Paul's chat. Outrageous, Omni. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
He's awake, but he didn't join us.
What a prick.
No, we'll see if he joins us later or not. If he does, I'll have to add him as a Fuji, but... Hello from my job. Yeah. Workers gang.
Do you know what? Another little tidbit I've been meaning to spill. I'll do this while you're setting shit up. I had the pleasure of meeting Astra in person recently. That was nice.
Gasp.
Unbelievably, he sounds like he actually talks like that. That's Astra's real voice.
Wow, I'm not sure if I should be offended.
I seriously, and like I never cared, right? You're a good friend, and it's like the YouTube game. People do that. I really thought you were doing like the pirate software, like bass boosted microphone thing.
Oh no, I just have a deep voice.
You have like the cadence and the depth. It's all there. He actually sounds like that, like 1-to-1. It was crazy.
Oh dear. Hi chat. Hi Anksho. I'm more or less set up unless anyone else joins. If someone else joins, I'll have to take a second to add their Fuji because I'm using a different scene, which I'm now using for Slate so that I don't have to reset it up every single time in future. But is there an army you want to start with?
I was thinking maybe we mix up, do it alphabetical this time.
Okay, so we're starting with Sisters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chat. The MFM came out, but they haven't posted an article yet. So I have the article webpage. Well, not this one. There's no article yet, which is really odd. Usually they release like an article being like, this is why we did X. So we'll see if they actually do that, and we might go back to that later, but because they might provide reasoning. Yeah, let's go alphabetical. I know nothing about Sisters, so if anyone knows something about Sisters in chat, you'll have to yell at us and tell us. Oh. Unchanged? Question mark?
I looked at one of them and saw some changes, so there definitely is changes this slate. So I guess Sisters are just
they're perfectly
I believe what they're meant to be struggling at the moment.
I actually don't know. I've not heard much about Sisters as of late, so I don't actually know.
That's odd. They normally do at least something just so you got something to be excited about.
Yeah, we'll have to. Okay, well, I guess no changes.
Do you know, I'd say irrespective of like competitive performance, I think that Sisters are in a great spot because they're actually using the Exorcist at the moment. The first Exorcist is pretty cheap.
There's either a really good or really bad sign depending on the meta, partly because indirect fire is what it is, but Sisters are kind of mid at the moment. Yeah, okay. I guess maybe they just didn't want to touch them pre like a major slate. I don't know. Maybe they're just adjusting big things. Not sure.
Do you know, I should have said this before we started the first one. Do you have any like major hopes for the slate?
I talked to Toby, Tactical Rock, about this. There's a couple units in some codexes where I'm like, this unit needs like a points decrease for a different weapon profile, and they just didn't add it. The most offensive one to me was Castellan Robots and Admech. That unit's like 400 points, and if you take the guns, it's like 400 points for like 20 shots at 601.
Sure, I have 10 of them, and I think 8 of mine are modeled with double guns.
Yeah, the double gun is horrendous, and it's like they just haven't pointed it separately to the fists, so I'm hoping they separate that, but I feel like they haven't.
I would like army-wide Terminator nerfs. I've been playing a lot of games, and there's just so much Terminator spam, And admittedly, it's kind of because my main army knights really struggle into Terminators, but I'm fucking fed up of it. Like, I think Terminators are awesome, but like 5 at a time. I'm so fed up at 30 of them.
I don't mind Terminators being playable. I think it's probably a good thing if they are, but maybe there's a couple places where they need to add a points tax kicker to like armies, like maybe like Grey Knights or something, where people are starting to take 20 of them, or like to Custodian Terminators people are spamming at the moment. Because I know Folger piles 1 War Masters with like 18 of the like Custodian Terminators and like 3 squads of bikes, and that's the entire list. Like that kind of thing is probably a bit too much, but
yeah. I last thing I'm really hoping for, I think Armigers. I'm going to be quite upset if Armigers don't go down. In 10th edition, Knights were like the single greatest like internally balanced army. It was so good. I don't know what changed in 11th edition, but it's not the case anymore, and Armigers feel pretty rough right now.
Should we look at Custodians? I feel like there's gonna be some points and nerfs in here, considering how people have been building it.
Again, Terminator. That's what I was. There we go.
There it is.
Terminator's
done. The third unit of 6 model Custodians costs 370 points now. Woof. I guess they're disincentivizing you from taking the 6-man slightly, and then you pay more for the third unit.
Yeah, I always loved Alaris Custodians as a 2-man skirmishing unit. That is like, how many 2-man units are even in this game? You got like Castellan robots. I can't even think of anything else.
That's usually a 3-man unit because you usually take the character as well. Yeah.
Actually, I always used to think they were so cool. So I'm glad. I mean, hopefully they get taken in smaller units now.
It's an interesting one to have allowed 4 different unit sizes, but I think it's because you can build one of them as a character or something.
Yeah. Grey Knight Paladins are the worst for that. There's so many sizes for that.
Any other changes? Oh, versus Praetors. Okay, that's the bikes. So the third unit now costs 25 more points for both.
I think Custody jet bikes were a bit of a monkey's paw, where we spent an entire edition begging to have the awesome jet bikes back, and then they come back and they are the most frustrating thing you can possibly play against.
Yeah, they're
I loved seeing them for a week. I hope I never see them ever again.
There is one detachment that's been nerfed here. Lines of the Emperor is now 3 DP.
Cannot believe that was 2 DP, dude. What were they thinking? That's the best one by far.
Was it Purge? It's now taking hold.
I think it was Disruption.
Surely not.
No, I'm pretty sure that one was Disruption, because I remember in the ITT we just went to, our Space Wolf guy was gonna go. He didn't want to do Disruption on Space Wolves, and was looking at his other options. And weirdly, he could do Lions of the Emperor Custodians. I'm like 90% sure.
Chat says it was Purge.
Never mind. Maybe that was like after the first.
I think you were taking it with either Might of the Moritoi or Tharanatoi Hammerblow, and Hammerblow is the Disruption one. Although that's got unique lines, so you actually can't take that with it. Never mind.
Well, maybe I'm just slow.
But people were playing this either as Purge or Taken Hold. If you played it as Purge, you were running the like 3 squads of Terminators, 3 squads of bikes list. If you were doing it as Taken Hold, you were taking like a bunch of different like battle line squads usually. Lions is a mad strong detachment rule though. +1 to hit and is nuts.
It's just a really strong detachment. I can't believe that was one of their 2 DPs. Like, what was the 3 DP one they had? Talons of the Emperor. Like, I know that was like that was the one with the Land Raider spam, right? You could get back into Land Raiders.
So yeah, the big reason that one was considered very strong is you had a 1 CP reactor move 2 units, so you could like put out 2 squads of Custodian Guard and reactor them both back into a transport.
Yeah, but that could not have been significantly stronger than Lions, right? Like, Lions is just so stacked.
It was very good, but it was mostly because partly because of how cheap Custodian Guard were. I think they're slightly more now, but the 3 DP nerf to that was a big one as well.
Yeah. Sorry. Something else I've just thought about. This seems to be like a way more reserved slate. I wonder if they're going to make any core changes to the game, because I know they want to be cautious of that, but I do think maybe it's time to start changing dispositions and stuff.
Well, they're doing a little bit of that here, but yeah, I kind of expect this to be a bit more mild because we had the big one last month, and I would expect the next major changes to either be next month if they're still doing the monthly ones, or the next 3 monthly slate. Chat, we'll get to Grey Knights, don't worry. Don't know yet. But we're avoiding spoilers until we get there. But that's Custodians. Basically, the 2 things that were in the list that won War Masters got nerfed. Shocker. It's also no longer Purge. If you want to play that in Purge, you'd have to do it in Shield Host now, which is probably fine, but I don't think that really buffs those units specifically. I guess Shield Host is just the generic one, isn't it?
Dude, I mean, it's thematic, but this army has so much taken hold.
It makes sense. Do you want to sit on objectives with elite dudes? It makes sense.
Yeah, but that's so much taken hold. That's like 50% taken hold.
Yeah, I guess the thing is though, taken hold is like the simplest one to do because you just sort of passively do it by playing the game. Like,
kind of the simple army as well. I'm not saying it's a mistake. It's not even unthematic. It's just interesting.
I'm actually surprised that the Sisters detachment Null Maiden Vigil isn't Disruption. I feel like it would be very on theme for them to be Disruption, but maybe it would be bad.
I think they don't know what they want the theme of Disruption to be, because it's not disruptive, I'll tell you that.
Action in chat saying Shield Host and Might of Morator is a fun combo if you want to just play Purge with a bunch of melee dreadnoughts. I guess the thing is that better than just playing dreadnought spam in Lines of the Emperor? I guess you get Purge though, but
I feel like if you want to do the spam, you need the movement, the extra movement, because they only move 6.
Oh, right? You just messaged in our chat. All right, lads, pad out the rest of my shit, please and thank you. Oh dear.
Does that mean we're skipping AdMech alphabetically?
Yeah, we're skipping AdMech. No, AdMech is fairly early on in the sequence, isn't it? Let's go to the next army anyway. It is AdMech next, actually. Good timing, Omni. Very good timing. Ooh, actual changes. Holy shit.
Castellan robots.
Down 20 points for the first 4. This unit is going to get to a point where it's just so durable for the points cost that you just take them.
I saw people were running 1 squad of 4 in a list.
Not on the super competitive end. The super competitive players weren't playing it.
No.
A lot of the super competitive players were playing Rad Zone with 1 brick of 10-man Skystalkers, which is probably why the 10-man hasn't been changed, but the 5-man has. People weren't taking the 5. Sterilizers going down makes sense because I've not seen those on the table for like a year. No, the servitor squad's now taxed for the 3rd squad. I just started building my 3rd squad. Fuck. You'd still probably pay 75 for the 3rd one, to be honest.
Are you excited for every battle line unit in the game to be servitor battle squads now?
True. Tech Priest Dominus down another 5 points. They've done this like 8 times now and it's still not playable.
Really? Wait, I swear. But again, I feel like you played the Dominus, right?
Nope.
That's the fat one.
No,
right?
no, the fat one's the Manipulus, which is now the same cost, and for the entire duration of 10th costed less than the Dominus, despite being better. I don't know why it costed less, yeah.
I'm surprised the name characters didn't go up.
There's like... Yeah, I mean, the name characters are good. I think, if anything, you would nerf the detachment, but it doesn't look like they have. The detachments are not changed. Can't see any changes. It's a lot of priority assets. Lords of the Forge is a very good detachment. I wouldn't have been surprised if they changed this from prior assets to something else or something like that, but...
I mean, I've not been paying too much attention to AdMech. I was considering maybe Eradication would go down to 2.
It probably needs to, to be honest, but maybe they just don't want to give us a 2DP Purge option. I don't know. It's really annoying too, because they dropped Thulia with Lords of the Forge and Eradication Cohort when they came out, and now you can't pair them together.
I mean, it was clearly designed to be it was in that wave of like detachments that were like just before 11th, and they were very clearly designed with 11th in mind, but it seems so wimpy for 3DP.
It's just objectively worse than Halo Screed is the problem. Like, the problem is it's Purge, which AdMech isn't traditionally that good at, because even like a low unit count AdMech list is still fairly high unit count. Because you have to take your battle line units, and you have to take some chaff-like servitors generally.
In the first round of the summer ITT, we played against Purge AdMech. They were running like 3 of the gunboats, 3 dune crawlers, 9 las chickens. That was a very killy list.
Yeah, I guess the issue is you don't get like the good detachments. I guess the thing with Eradication Cohort is all of the strats are... I've talked to Omni about this before. All of the strats are damage in that detachment. There's no like reactive move. There's no defensive buffs. It's all just damage. Which is fine, but you can't like... Because a lot of them are like, this strat targets Sicarians, and this strat targets tanks. That like you have to take like one of each thing to use all of your strats, and you can't take an extra detachment to give you some utility. So you can't take like
things like that. Things like that are really frustrating because it hurts more when you lose a key piece.
Yeah. Omni's pointing out something annoying in chat as well, is that the Electro Priest and Admech kind of just suck at the moment, and they've still kept the unique tags on the 2 Electro Priest detachments that no one's playing.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about that, but that's not a balance thing, and I totally see why they're doing this. Imperial Knights players are begging them to remove the armature restriction, but it's not balanced. It would be fair, but like it just you have this situation where there's one objective combo. Like if you uncap them, if you like make it so you can play them, why would you ever play those 2 detachments apart? So right, it becomes one objectively correct way to play them.
So I agree, but also Lords of the Forge exists. So if you wanted to play Psalm in something that's not disruption, you'd have to take Lords to not get disruption, because both are disruption. So there's still options.
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. That is fair. You can change that. That is a reason, because they're normally the same like disposition type.
That and Lords of the Forge is an insane detachment. Someone chat says, so why did they remove all the tags from the Death Guard detachments?
Dude, I know how to fix Death Guard, right? I could fix Death Guard myself. I have the most Death Guard heavy locals imaginable. It's like 70% Death Guard players, and they were unbearably strong. The second I stopped going to my locals, they're bad. They're terrible. Worst army in the game. I know the second I return, they're gonna get like an emergency data slate and be broken again.
Chat, what do Electro Priests do? So one of them is the ranged guys with the jazz hands. They have like 30 attacks or sustain hits too. You can give them a character that gives them lethals. But they're like strength 5, AP 0. And then the other ones are the melee ones, which have the little stick. And they're 2 attacks at 6/2/2 dev wounds. If you're playing Psalm, it's 3 attacks at 7/2/2 on the charge, because it has like a Liberator Soul Group style buff. The issue with the latter there is they have no mobility buffs in that detachment at all, and they've put the advance and charge strat in the 1 DP that you can't pair with it. So the only mobility is in the detachment that you can't pair with it.
You know, you do need to give some credit. Some credit to the whatever unit we were talking about. I just forgot what they're called. The Electro Priests. When the new Catan came out, they were all reworked. And every army in the game was scrambling to find the best data sheet they had to take them on. Because, like, Catan have, like, they're tanky, but they're, like, uniquely tanky, right? They're stacking really annoying rules.
Yeah.
And I remember when Admech players discovered that 10 Electro Priests hopping out of a boat was, like, the most efficient data sheet they had. So, very briefly, 10 Electro Priests became, like, the best, it became like a staple in Admech lists, because it was like the best answer to Catan.
Yeah, because that was specifically in Halo 3, because what you would do is you jump them out, you'd give them crit 5s. Like if you have 2 CP, you can do it twice, because their melee profile is the same as their range profile. And then you'd have 30 attacks, sustained, lethal, crit 5s, and then Oath from Call. And it's all damage 1, AP 1 if you're near battle line, and that is like the perfect Catan thing.
Yeah, that's so cool though. I love when people find like really obscure units that become like a perfect medical. I think that's so satisfying.
That is the Corpus Scari bomb chat, yes. The issue with that now is it's much worse in 11th edition, because there's not really a good staging point for them, because in 10th, at least on UKTC circuit, is you would just park the boat with the 10 guys in it behind that giant L-shaped ruin in your home field, and then tell your opponent, please put a Catan on the central objective, I dare you. And you can't do that anymore. So they're like, I mean, you can still like stage them sort of, but like any way you can stage them in 11th sort of has Also, Omni's right. You can kind of now do the same thing with the Skystalkers. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Shagrot. But the Skystalker,
I like the. I really like the Rad Zone detachment. I love the flavor of it, so I have been looking at it.
Yeah, because what people are doing now in Rad Zone, at least in the competitive lists, is you run 10 Skystalkers out, you shoot them all at one target, you spend a CP for lethals, and then you give them AP from being their battle line. And then if you're playing Thulish, you can make them both halves of the army rule. So you'd have, I think it's 59 shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling with lethals, and you just fish for lethals and do an average of like 15 damage to any target in the game. and then they move 12 inches. Okay, to be fair, Omni, they went down for the 5-man, which people weren't playing because you can't deep strike and move shoot move now.
That is such an admech combo, dude. That is such an admech thing to do. The most insane combo, all the rule stacking you can do. You need your biggest 10-man blob, and that is a big 10-man blob. I don't know if you guys have actually used Skystalkers. They like used to literally break cohesion rules because they're so fucking janky. You have to use the biggest squad and all these stratagems and all this rule stacking to do 15 damage, dude. Like that's so admech.
I think what it actually does is it hands your opponent like 19 or 20 AP1 saves, and sometimes that does damage. They're also the only unit in our codex that has grenades. Nothing else has it. Don't know why. But anyway, we should probably move on. Someone in chat pointed out that apparently the article's up, so let's just check that quickly and see what they're saying. Why is
no, Eldar are bad. Eldar are bad. I'm so used to Eldar being the most threatening thing.
Yeah, Eldar. I mean, there's been some tops still because good players will still make Eldar work, but for the average Eldar player, it's been rough. Their win rate's been like 30%.
Yeah, and I'll never be the type of guy that will like say you should shut up because the best players in the world are playing your army well. I understand that like you want the army to feel good for the average person.
Yeah, so let's just read through the article quickly. So it's in a pretty balanced state with a handful of the best and worst performing armies getting most of the attention as far as changes go. Chaos Demons, Emperor's Children, and Adeptus Custodes get some slight point increases. And Ashram, Natarim, Death Guard, and Eldaria have new options available to them after targeted point reductions. Orcs aren't in this balanced pass because their codex is on pre-order because that's coming out in like 2 weeks, isn't it? Speaking of which, September's update will be the last of the monthly bounce passes, after which it will go back to being quarterly releases. Okay, so probably the 25th, 26th of September. What date is the Wednesday? It will probably be the 23rd or 30th. I would imagine 23rd, looking at the calendar. Okay, so this next month's the last monthly one, and then we go back to 3 months. Makes sense. In addition to point adjustments, some detachments had some restrictions removed, unless you're an Electro Priest, apparently. Death Guard, for instance, can now combine Mortarian's Hammer with Contagion engines to buff their demon engines. Force positions have also been tweaked. Yep. Disruption players have been given more maps with 6 objectives. That's just more maps with four in the midboard. I see. Okay.
Yeah, like that's nice. I came into 11th edition playing exclusively Disruption because we needed it for teams. They keep doing tweaks like that, and I know that they're really hesitant to change the rules because they've like printed the cards and they've sold the cards. But like they need to change the scoring on Disruption. Like the numbers are just too low. For some reason, Disruption just scores less, and I really think they're gonna do everything they can not to change the numbers, which is like really frustrating.
I think they're just being cautious with it because it's one of those styles of play that if it's too good, it's going to be miserable to play against.
Yeah, but people say that on Reddit, and like I totally understand it. Right, when disruptive armies are powerful, it's so annoying. Like Eldar, that's why Eldar are like always annoying. But like Disruption, the way it's all of them are written, they're not like disruptive in nature. You're never being told to do something that actually disrupts your opponent. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they could just increase some of the like VP rewards by like literally 1 on a couple of things. It'd be a massive help.
Yeah. Speaking of the article, let's look at Eldar because they're next actually.
Yeah, this is probably the army I know least about.
I know a bit here. So Dire Avengers down 5 and 10. Lots of 5s and 10s here. Eldrad down 10. Eldrad's a weird one because it's one of those units where it says it generates CP, so you just kind of have to take him, especially in 11th.
I'm excited. It appears, this is just going off the Orc Codex, but I'd imagine all armies are going to get like a really fixed CP generator. I always like to call Bjorn from Space Wolves. We always called him Grok because he just sits at the back generating CP. But like it was really annoying being one of the armies that didn't have a good CP generator because it just felt like your opponent got to use twice the stratagems you did. I'm looking at the Orcs Codex. It looks like that's going to become quite a unified thing.
Well, they've removed that from Gretchen, so unless they have it somewhere else, it's just gone.
Well, they have if you have a war boss as your warlord, you just get 2 CP.
Oh,
or you just get like an extra CP every turn.
Interesting. I wonder if they'll do that with any of the like Supreme Commander style things, like you get a bonus if you had them as your Supreme Commander. That'd be interesting.
It's like I believe it's any war boss, and it's like they don't have to be on the field. They can be in transport. They can be dead, and you still get them. It's just like an extra CP every turn. And we've not seen any other codexes yet, but something about the way it's written suggests that most codexes are going to be like that.
That'll be interesting. Let's see if there's anything else here. So there's a lot of not changes here. Spirit Seer is down 5, so buff to Wraith slightly. Storm Guardian is down 10, so if you're taking Storm Guardians with Eldrad, that's gone down 20 points. I think that went up a little while back, so this is sort of just going back to where it was, I think. Warlock down 5. This is the character version of the Warlock that you put with Guardians and stuff. Warwalker's down 5, you should take 1.
Weird unit to come in multiples.
No, they don't come in... I think they sell them in 2s now, actually, but people usually only ran them in 1s anyway, so this is kind of just a buff to what they were doing. Like, they put them up to 85 at one point because people were just taking them in 1s to try and encourage people to take them in 2s. What it probably should be is 80 here and then 150 here, really. Like, I don't know why they didn't drop the 2-man, because people aren't really playing the 2-man.
Where are Fire Dragons? I just want to make sure they're not going up.
They're higher up here, I think, it's F. Yeah, they're just the same.
Okay, good. Fuck that. Fuck that unit, dude.
Okay, why are... Oh, interesting. So Warlock Skyrunners went up like 10 or 15 points last slate because what people were doing, because they were 45 points and not a character, is people were just taking 3 of them to use as scoring units. They've changed them to be a support unit, so you have to play them with Wind Riders now. So this is actually a nerf, despite being green.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. They were way too cheap.
Yeah, we'll have to yell at Eric in the tournament though, because he has 2 or 3 of them in his list. He's going to have to cut them entirely, unless he attaches them to bikes, which I don't think he'll do. Everything here we talked about. Anything else? The Vizark. Oh my god, they're actually touching a Yunari unit. That's rare. He's down 10. Yay. Any detachment changes?
Aspect Host.
It's priority assets. Does anyone in chat know what this was before? I actually don't know what this was before. See, this is another one. You can't stack the Harlequin detachments here. There's 4 Harlequin detachments and you can't stack them. Why
yeah, that one, in my mind, that one makes a little less sense, though I am really biased because I love Harlequins.
Aspect was Purge. Ugh, I don't think you want to play that as Purge. It's encouraging you to play infantry spam. We haven't looked at Emperor's Children, chat. We briefly mentioned them because they were in the article, but we'll get to them. This seems quite light, but it is buffs to some units that we're seeing play. Dire Avengers I have not been seeing much lately, partly because Azumand's still quite expensive. He's 135 points now, and they nerfed him like 3 times. Like, they changed his data sheet like twice or something. But most of these are very minor buffs. This Skyroller is just a lie. This one is a massive nerf because people weren't taking them with the squad. In fact, I actually don't know what they do with the squad. The Vizark is a nerf, funnily enough, with a lot of other Yunari players. Why is that a nerf?
I would have no clue. I know it's annoying because like Eldar have been doing really bad to see such tiny point changes, but this is one of those breakpoint armies that just so rapidly become broken out of nowhere. So like you do need to, and you say it's small, but like it's 5-10 here, but like there's like 10 units going down 5 or 10 points.
I mean, this is a solid points decrease if you play Guardian Battle Host because you were spamming Storm Guardians and there's no spam tax. And you took Warwalkers and that because they got buffed from it, I believe, and Warlocks. So if you play Guardian Battle Host, your list is probably down 60 points. Because he was a leader that attached to Year of Rain, so you could still use a Warlock with Conclave in the unit Year of Rain used Arkham for Guardians. Oh, he's support. Was he not support before? Oh, interesting.
He's the Visage. He's the red guy, right?
Yeah. So what this means is you now can't stack him with Warlock Conclaves with Year of Rain, because I think what Anxio is saying is you would stack all of them on one squad, but now you can do Vizark and Year of Rain attached to one squad because of the support rule. They probably just removed his bonus rule. So
that's a weird character to be a support unit.
I mean, he is meant to be Year of Rain's bodyguard, really, so it kind of makes sense. Like, you're probably meant to take him with Year of Rain in a squad. Whereas before, people were sort of going, here's one squad with the Vizark and one squad with Year of Rain, and they were like 2 different units. So I don't know. I guess you still can do that because you can. It just means you have to attach the Vizard to something, so that doesn't really change that. But interesting. I didn't catch that. It also means you can't run them separately. Yeah, I don't think people were running the Vizard separately though. Like I feel like you want to attach them to like, not Cabalites, Incubi or something, right? It's probably his best bodyguard, or like Storm Guardians. I'm not sure. But yeah,
I'm gonna stop pretending I know anything about Eldar.
I know bits because I used to play them, but it's been a while since I've looked at them properly. So, Imperial Guard, Astra Militarum. Oh my god, Cadians are down 5 points. The Registers can stop complaining. Catachan's down 5 and 10. Interestingly, they didn't put the 10-mans, 20-mans Cadians down, but I guess that's because they don't want to encourage Recon Guard to spike.
Catachan heavy weapons. I feel like it's a. I know every guard's army was running 9 of them because it's like probably the cheapest las cannons in the game, but like it feels like a bad time to be nerfing them just because guard players are gonna so fixate on that.
They're sort of just undoing some of the points tax increases they put on like Cadians and Deathcourt because of the Recon Guard success.
Do you know what? There's a lot less green here than I was expecting.
Oh, hello. Oh my god. Oh, that's a lot of orange. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let's figure this out. Okay, so all of the Rust variants are down like 20-ish points. And then the third plus units are also all down 15 to 20 points. However, you now pay for each gun.
That's a very good change. That is a very, very good change.
So it's a lot more customized. So I guess if you just don't take... can someone in chat tell me like what the default guns are for any of these? Like what's the like default gun for a regular Leman Russ that isn't these? Is it like the battle cannon instead of the plasma cannon? And like bolters on the sides or something? That would be my guess.
I would imagine that Leman Russes are going to just start taking bolt guns. I know from experience playing Knights forever, you start the army thinking you want melters everywhere. And then you realize quickly that like when you have loads of tanks, like Leman Russes, you very rarely have 1 or 2. You normally have like 6 Leman Russes. Yeah. You realize the volume of like bolt guns are surprisingly good. And when they come not at a premium, but like now they're cheaper, you definitely probably just go bolt guns.
The model is equipped with las cannon, Leman Russ, battle cannon, armor tracks. So you do get a las cannon default on the regular Leman Russ. I guess you're just paying for an extra one. The Leman just adds 2 guns, any of those. Okay, so technically this is, if you can take 2 guns, then this is a 15-point decrease total if you take the guns, but it's a 25-point decrease if you don't take the guns.
I mean, I was thinking he'd probably want them naked, but now I look at it, 5 points for an extra las cannon is pretty cheap.
You can change that las cannon to a heavy... Oh, so the las cannon's the default, and you can change it to a heavy bolter to not pay the 5 points. Okay. Interesting. I do like them messing more with wargear costs in this way, but I'm surprised they're all 5 points as opposed to them being slightly variable. Like, surely one of these weapons is better than the others and they're not all the same, but I assume they're in different weapon slot mounts on the tank.
The Manticore's not gone up. The Manticore is a obscenely poor unit for the points right now.
Now, a question I have actually. How many points would a Leman Russ have to be for you to take it just for the hull? Because the Punisher's 130 points if you don't take the gun upgrades, and that's pretty cheap for a tank.
I mean, the answer is whatever the Vanquisher's doing, because everyone takes the Vanquisher, and the Vanquisher gun is kind of naff.
Well, the Vanquisher's down 20, and it's 130 if you don't take the multi-melter, the last cannon, or the plasma cannon.
130, that will fucking do it.
But yeah, like, but we don't know. But the default ones might have been the multi-melter or the plasma cannon. I don't know. I actually don't know. God, yeah. For someone who knows more about I'll tell us, but
I wasn't even looking at it that closely, dude. 130 for a Leman Russ.
Chat says the Vanquisher's like the second best gun. What the fuck do you mean?
Well, yeah, it's like a RAW gun. It's flimsy. Half the time you're not killing anything, but it's still the best one because it's just the cheapest.
Yeah, it's the D6 plus 6 gun. It's like one shot, isn't it? Heavy 72 inches. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, I guess technically you could take the Vanquisher and not take any of the wargear options, and then you just get the big gun for 130 points, which is pretty funny. It is the chat. It's the biggest gun. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the best gun.
There's a reason it's always been the cheapest. It's one shot on a 4-up.
Which means on a 5-up into cover.
Yeah, I love the Vanquisher. My little brother used to always use the Vanquisher. He was a diehard guard player. I think it's awesome, but like, it's the worst one.
I was playing against some friends of mine a week or two ago, and they were having the same experience with the the big Tyrannid guy that has 2 shots with a D6 plus 6 damage gun or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that thing brackets and shoots into cover, it hits on 5s. So he was just firing at every turn. It was just doing no damage.
Tyrannofex, I think that one is. Yeah, that gun, that kind of stinks.
Yeah.
I love a Rout gun. Rout guns are awesome. I always like the Votan one, but they're so fickle.
Yeah, yes, chat. You can put it in take aim and make it heavy, sure. If you're doing that and shooting into cover, which you are most of the time, you're still hitting on 3, so 33% of the time it does 0 damage. It has a reroll. Even then, unless it's reroll to hit and wound, you're still probably failing to hit or wound like 30% of the time. Because you're probably wounding on 3s against tanks.
I still think it's the best Lehman Russ, but it's the best Lehman Russ because it's the cheapest.
I guess the question then becomes, would you pay 15 extra points for one of the other hulls now, because some of them are 145? I don't know enough about Lehman Russes to make this argument.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I just know 100. I used to buy, think about running a 3rd Mauler Fiend because it was 135 points and bulky, dude. Or 130 points and still bulky, dude. Lehman Russes with a fucking railgun for 130. That's criminal.
Chat, yes, we did go over AdMac. We're doing it in alphabetical order. It rerolls wounds against monsters and vehicles. Okay, that makes it a bit more consistent at least, but...
Yeah, I think the Vanquisher is, maybe nuts now.
Okay, no other point changes, and no detachment changes. They look all the same, no disposition changes. I can't see anything.
I'm surprised I didn't touch more of the infantry. I at first I thought this was super slim, but those Lehman Russ buffs are kind of massive. But I think we had mass Baneblade buffs, now mass Lehman Russ. They really want
tanks. Well, yeah, I think it's because top players are just playing it as recon.
Yeah, and that is the most lame way. I love the infantry aspect of Guard, but they need to be contextualized by the tanks. When it's just 200 guys, that is super lame.
It is very much I think the fantasy as a player for the most part is it's like a combined arms army. AdMech kind of also does that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's Guard. The infantry's down a bit, heavy weapons squad up a bit. So's the Krieg one apparently, and then the tanks are all variable cost depending on which guns you take now, which is good. So let's go. Black Templars. I know very little about this. Sword Brethren. Down 5-5, 10-10, 5-5. Yay?
That's a weird squad.
I mean, you're probably taking at least one squad of these, if not 2. I don't know if people are taking the 3rd one at the moment. Sword Brethren are usually pretty good in Templars as far as I'm aware, but other than that, Any other changes? Land Raid Redeemer's up 10 points.
Fair. That needed to be more expensive. I remember vividly my first game of 11th when I was playing Knights and I was against Salamanders and I was rubbing my hands together good, these flamers are nothing. They fucking melted my Knights in 2 turns, dude. Those flamers are vicious. Yeah,
so I guess if you're playing Black Templars and you were playing a Redeemer and 2 Sword Brethren squads, your list costs the same as before. Yay? Very, very short one, that one. Okay.
Dude, that was the illusion of change.
The illusion of change. Blood Angels.
Oh, fuck off, dude. Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
I'm sure that was
I'll be honest, these are non-changes. People weren't taking 5-man to Death Company Marines at all. People weren't really taking 3-man Sangard unless it was their 3rd unit. So that's
I feel like I saw 3-man Sangard more than 6-man.
I think it varies on
character.
I think it varies on detachment. If you're playing Angelic Inheritors, which is the character one, you were playing 3-mans with a character. If you're playing Rage Cursed Onslaught, which a lot of people were, you were running them as 6-mans and just throwing them at people's faces with the +2 attacks. Sanguinor is genuinely terrible at the moment because Fight First has been murdered, and that's his entire gimmick, because he would drop down with Fight First and hit you first, and now he can't do that.
I hate Blood Angels. They are my least favorite army in the game, but I'll concede the Sanguinor was sick. All right, I'll concede that guy coming down and fights first. All right, that was a little bit swag.
Yeah, but now he doesn't do anything. Their Redeemer's up. I guess the generic Marine Redeemer's probably gone up. Librarian's up 10. I guess that's probably also the same for the generic one because of Librarius, probably. Anything else here? God, there's so many detachments. I can't see any changes. No detachment changes.
I'm not gonna burst a blood vessel over this one. This is supposed to be my nice chill day. I'm gonna be painting some old world models after this.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play a bit of World of Warcraft. But Sanguinary Guard pissed me off to no end. Absolutely hate that unit. Easily my least favorite unit in the game. So whatever. They're down 5 points. I'm leaving it there. I'm gonna be zen today.
Watch Fulgrim go up 5 points and Shangrot's gonna lose it.
I don't even want to think about it.
So that's Blood Angels. Chaos Demons. Oh, hello.
Oh,
This doesn't actually surprise me because did you watch any of WTC at all?
I did. Yeah, they're broken.
But so specifically, it was the Slanesh detachment and
The blood one as well, doing well.
yes. And that's partly due to 11th edition rule changes, because the Slanesh one benefits a lot from the changes to how fight ordering works, because you could just pick to let your opponent fight first on all of them, and then you would just alternate, despite how it used to work before, because before all your opponent's stuff would hit you first, but now they pick one, then you pick one because you charged, or something. I don't know. But I know there's some minutiae about that in terms of how it works, but generally it looks like Beast and Urgloff, I'm not super surprised by. That unit's kind of nuts.
It's nuts, right? That's a broken unit. I think the 2-man should be left alone, because you're mostly playing the 2-man to play with Horticulous Slimucks. And for the first time, maybe ever, Horticulous Slimucks is a playable unit, and I think that is just fab.
Horticulous Slimucks is a fun unit, I do like him. But the Horn stuff and the Slanesh stuff is just going up a bit, it looks like. There's a spam tax on Contorted Epitome. That's the character that goes with Demonettes, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
It's the one that gives them a feel no pain to mortals.
Yeah. Demonettes up 10, so they're 100 now. Blood Crusher's up 10 for the 6-man. The 3-man's untouched, but you were taking them as 6s because people are spamming 6-mans. And then there's a spam tax of plus 30 on the 6-man. Well, I guess it looks like there was a spam tax before, but now it's up 30.
They came down with 11th edition. I can't even fathom what made them think this was needed. But they went down like 25 points. They were 200 points. They're just up to pre-nerf now.
So I think the reasoning is basically new engagement range makes it really hard for them to actually hit in combat because of the size of their bases.
Fair. That's fair. But they're a bulky unit. They're just so good for the points cost.
It's a weird one because on the one hand you get less of them into the combat now, but on the other hand more of them get their mortals off. Like actually, you only one needs to get in range to do the mortals, doesn't it? With this data sheet, if I recall.
I don't think so. I think you do have to get them all in.
Okay, because I know there's some rules that are like if this unit gets into combat, but I don't know if that's one of them. Or not.
I might be confusing them with Crutox though.
Keeper of Secrets up 10, and the third.
Hopefully this means they've not lost their -1. If they've not lost their -1, that's a small win, I think.
We can check to see if there's any datasheet changes because there would be the document page for that, but I didn't see any changes on there initially. Maybe they've updated it now that they put the article.
Oh, dude, Poxbringer going up is so lame, dude. Fucking Plague Legion is so cool right now.
To be fair, that's 5 points.
It's 5 points, yeah, but it's like annoying that they're going. It's such a cool way to play.
Sorry, it's 5 points and you pay 10 extra for the third one if you're taking the third one. Seeker's up 5. 10-man's not touched, but I guess you were taking them as 5s generally, weren't you?
Yeah.
Skull Cannon up 10. Renmaster up 10 and plus 10 for the... Well, I guess
Dude, hold on. All right, need to go back to that one. Why was the Skull Cannon... I played Demons quite a bit in Temp. I was so confused why people said that was bad. And I know Battleshock wasn't very good in Temp. But like 90 points for a gun that forces Battleshock tests, that was never bad. People just slept on it. And now they realized in 11th edition, because Battleshock's way stronger, it's broken. But for like 90 points, you're in this like weird you have this weird issue when you play against them that like they're so annoying, but like they're quite bulky and they're just so not worth going after. They're like they're just so good. I don't know why they were ever 90 points. 100 is still probably too cheap.
It's funny you say that because looking at the AdMech section, like Scatros is a 50-point guy that triggers battle shocks and people still don't play him.
Yeah, but this thing is like bulky and holds down a firing line. They need to be answered, but like they cost 90 points. Who cares if they're answered?
But yeah, generally no changes to anything that's not Khorne or Slaanesh, except for specifically the Beast of Nurgle, it looks like.
Yeah, no changes for anything that's not Khorne or Nurgle or Slaanesh.
Demonic Incursion is now taken hold. What was it before?
It was Disruption.
So
Disruption or Recon.
If it's Recon, that may be a slight nerf. If it's Disruption, that's probably a buff.
It will not be a nerf because no one was playing it. Which is a shame because that's by far my favorite detachment.
A lot of the Demons ones are fun, to be fair.
They are. I'm still surprised, and I guess we've just had a lot of nerfs, but I'm surprised Shadow Legion's still 2 DP.
Chat says Disruption. Apparently it was Disruption. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, neat. That's Demons. We've got Chaos Knights. Night Lancer down 10. Atropos down 10. The Spoiler down 20.
Wait, hold on. The Chaos Knight Lancer is 385 points. What is that army crying about? Grow up, dude. Chaos Knight players, shut the fuck up. Your Lancer's 185 points.
I guess the in context of the army, do they need good melee when the War Dogs are also good at melee?
No one's picking the Lancer for its melee. It's got 5 attacks. You play it because it's like the only tanky knight, and it's really fucking tanky.
Yeah, but 2 types of War Dogs are down on the Euron chat. Are the Brigand and Carnival the good ones? The Carnival's the melee.
Carnival's are down, dude. He's
gonna lose it.
This arm, dude. Chaos Knight players, I hate to trounce on Chaos Knight players because Chaos Knights are definitively the least played army, right? Everyone says that like, oh, I play Guard, I play Genestealer the Cult, my army's so rare. This is the rarest army. But like, shut up, dude. Carnivals are broken. Carnivals are so broken, they should not be going down 10 points. if you want to fucking be depressed, go compare an Imperial Knight Warglaive to a Carnivore. It's insane. So I don't play the army. I know their win rate is like a travesty. I'm not saying they're like secretly good, but like, what is stopping this army from being good? If my Lancers were 185 points and I had fucking Carnivores that are now cheaper, I don't think I'd be losing that many games.
I imagine a lot of it is the army rule still sucking because it's still Battleshot focused, even though Battleshot got buffed a bit. Like, it's still pretty rough. Because, like, I think the difference between this and Imperial Knights is Imperial Knights are more okay data sheets with quite solid detachment and army rules, whereas Chaos Knights is much more their army rule is kind of rough at times, but their data sheets are very good to compensate for that.
The Imperial Knight army rule sucks. The Imperial Knight army rule is bad. It just gives the army, for the first time ever, access to rerolls, which is what they need. And I do believe Chaos Knights still have virtually no access to rerolls, which that's probably the difference makers.
So Omni pointed this out in chat. They've removed the unique tag so you can stack the 2 War Dog detachments.
I mean, dude, if they've done that, in Imperial Knights, I'll be having a good day today. If they've done that in Imperial Knights, I don't want them to. Again, let it be clear. I think that's very bad direction for the game. It means that there's only one correct answer to do if you want to play armatures, but you know,
to be fair,
rules for thee, but not for me.
To be fair, I think that depends. If you're spamming just armatures, then yes. But if your list is going to be here's mostly armatures and a big knight, you might go armature detachment, 1 DP big knight detachment.
Yeah, but that's true for knights because knights are like super linear like that, right? For like other armies, like more balanced normal armies that aren't knights, I don't think it's a fantastic. Like again, I love Harlequins, but like I don't think you should be able to stack Harlequin detachments.
I don't think that would make them good.
It wouldn't make them good. It wouldn't make them good. But if you want to play Harlequins, there's only one. I guess there's not one correct answer because there's 3 1 DP Harlequins.
There's 2 1 DPs and 2 2 DPs.
There's almost more Harlequin detachments than there are Harlequin units.
You're not wrong. There definitely is boxes, but I guess the issue is what if you're playing Harlequins? Realistically, you're playing Serpent's Brood, which gives you sustained hits on everything, combined with the vehicle detachment, which gives all your vehicles assault, and that is just the only combination you currently play because you can't stack them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a symptom of us basically being in a little index phase.
Kind of, yeah. Like if you can stack War Dog buffs, why can't I stack Electro Priest buffs? They're not even good Electro Priest buffs. But yeah.
Sorry, I was just staring. I was staring at the War Dogs going down in seething anger.
Because reasons.
I know Knights are struggling, right? I think Knights in general are struggling. Although Imperial Knights do weirdly have a pretty decent win rate, but I've played this army for many editions. They feel quite rough right now. So I'm glad these Knights have gone up. Hopefully, this foretells. Because I'm not gonna lie about there being biases just because it's my army. Games Workshop clearly favor Imperial Knights, so I'm assuming this is good things to come.
Yeah. So we've got CSM next. Omni's probably still in chat, so he can probably give us input on this as well. Defiler, up 10 for the second one.
That is light. I'm hoping the Emperor's Children version is equally light.
Any other changes? Any changes at all? No.
Nope. Well,
they changed the force disposition of Huron's Marauders. I don't know what it was before. It is now Purge the Foe. Interesting.
I think this is going to be my third data slate review with you that I'm saying this. I'm going to say this every single time I read the words Creation of Bile. I think in Creations of Bile, Fabius Bile should not have the character keyword. I think he should have the character keyword removed and you can take 3 of him. I'm going to say that every data slate review until they manifest it.
Omni says Huron's Marauders was Disruption. Was Huron's Marauder... Which one's that? Was that the... Is that the one where you get Weird Oath, or is that the other one? Because I know there's 2. So I always forget which one's which, because they're both themed after the same sub-faction.
Why is Bertie slacking? This is what we need him here for.
Yeah, where's Bertie when we need him? This is outrageous. Other one. Okay, thank you. Is this one considered... I guess it's a 3D piece, so it probably was good. I assume this is actually a nerf, because I feel like it doesn't play super well into Purge.
I've played a bunch of Chaos Space Marines, and I'll be fully honest, I very rarely pay attention to what detachment my opponent's playing. I kind of zone out, but I feel like I've never heard an opponent tell me they're playing Huron's Marauders, whatever how you pronounce it. This is the first time I'm hearing this, so I'm assuming it wasn't fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know whether this is a buff or a nerf, but I'm sure people can tell us. Let's go to the next one, because that was really short. Defiler nerf slightly. Defiler still good unit.
Up on the road.
Chaos Titan Legions.
Okay. So far, my list is untouched.
Untouched. Dark Angels. Okay, so the Raven Wing stuff's going up. Shock horror. No one is surprised by this.
They're the bikes, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised by this because I'm pretty sure people were just taking the 1 or 2 units of Raven Wing Black Knights. I don't think people were taking the 3rd one. So I don't know why they're not doing this the other way around.
Noticing no red where Terminators are, which is upsetting.
People aren't taking the Terminators at the moment.
Wait, a 5-man squad of Deathwing Knights are 240 points?
Yeah, people aren't taking them. Or at least sorry, people aren't taking them in the good list, because the good list right now is you spam bikes and speeders and you throw them into your opponent's face.
I've played a bunch of Dark Angels. I've not played against the bikes yet. I've probably played in 11-5 games against Dark Angels. It's always Terminators.
I saw it. I don't know if it was WTC or War Masters, but there was a game on stream where people did the bike spam list into AdMech and they just like flung forward a squad and picked up a tank and 3 squads turn 1. And it's like, oh, that guy just lost 500 points of his list and lost 1 squad of bikes. They're just way too fast. I would rather a data sheet change than this, to be honest, because they gave them a detachment that gives them Scout 9 or something, which is mad when the bikes move like max 20 inches or something stupid because they can like advance and charge or something.
I know this isn't a brand new take, but like I do feel like the balance of the game is like totally hamstrung by their like urge to not change data sheets.
Sometimes. I think GW just needs to stop giving fast melee armies Scout. Because the exact same thing happened when they gave Orcs Equatorial Hordes, and Equatorial Hordes is select 3 boys unit, give them Scout 6.
Still the worst named thing in Warhammer history, dude. The fucking Ecuadorian Orcs. Like, get the fuck out. There's a reason that's not made it into the Codex, dude. That detachment lasted like a month.
Lots and lots of no changes. Land Raider Redeemer at 10 again. Librarian
I would agree about the scout change, by the way. I do not think fast fight units should have scout.
I think it depends on the unit. I think there's like, so for example, a bike squad of, the Eldar Ranger guys on bikes. They do no damage. That's fine to have scout.
Yeah. No, that's true. And obviously, infractors should keep it because they're mine. But like, other than that, I don't think it should be allowed.
Well, they're like a brittle unit that like won't kill like. I mean, they'll kill some decent stuff, but it's not going to like pick up 500 points on its own. It's not. And it usually requires a Rhino. It's actually like a 300-point unit, really.
Mm-hmm. Truth, Nick.
These are the same for all the other Marines. Any disposition changes?
Oh, there's a nerf to an enhancement.
I think that's the Scout enhancement, if I recall.
Do you know, Recon Hunter, probably.
That would be my guess. I don't actually know on that one.
I have a feeling Recon Hunter is going to give something Scout.
Yeah, that's not Death Knights. Dark Angels. They nerfed the thing that needs to get nerfed. We'll see if it's enough. Death Guard. Light Lord Terminators, that's the shooty ones, down a little bit for the big squads. I don't know if people were taking them super often at the moment, so that's probably a good change. Defiler up 10. Yeah, looks like everyone's
Defilers are just unilaterally going up 10, which is...
Only for the second one, though. The first one's still the same cost.
That's kind of crazy. I guess that they're not taking over the meta, but they're still almost always a correct choice.
So, Foul Blightspawn down 5, Mortarion down 15. To be fair, I wasn't seeing much Morty at the moment.
No, and I did recently buy my girlfriend Mortarion, so that's good.
Blight Haulers and Plague Bursts are both down. Noxious Blightbringers down. I don't know which character that is, to be honest. That's all the points changes. Reducing...
It's a lot of green.
So
I will defend the Plague Burst Crawler with my life. I think it's sick.
I like the model. I dislike how much damage output it has for how many points it is. It's quite cheap for how much damage that thing does.
I do not care. They're cool.
Because they're like +1 to hit and wound against monsters and vehicles with a melter, which is very scary. Oh no, that's not Plague Burst Crawler. That's the other one. That's the Blight Haulers. I'm stupid. They're 95 points. Jesus, that's so cheap. But these points drops are coming at the same time as that thing we got spoiled on in chat that you can now stack both Death Guard vehicle detachments. Which are these?
Man,
no, not these.
I'm excited to see if my shit can stack. I'm hoping my shit
Jesus.
can stack.
They've just unlocked everything here. Unique tab removed, unique tab removed, unique tab removed, unique tab removed.
Okay.
You can just stack anything.
Interesting.
So you can do this, but we can't stack the 2 Electro Priest detachments? Really?
Wait, the Electro Priest are still tagged?
Yes! So are Harlequins.
Oh, dude. Okay. So they're pick and choosing. Okay, that's interesting.
Omni says Marine favor. Why? All I want is to play my funny Zappy boys. That's it. Okay, that's fine. Good changes though. These are units you don't really see very much at the moment. Although I feel like I've not played into Death Guard in a while, to be honest. I feel like it fell off a bit.
It definitely fell off, and I don't know what happened to him between editions. I feel like a slow army that needs to charge up the board would probably like hidden, but I guess not. I'm very glad they resisted to do the Games Workshop thing of like when an army's underperforming, they buff their one insanely broken unit to make them even better, which doesn't actually help. It just makes them super centralized. And I'm glad those whatever the Freeman Terminators are called, fuck that unit, dude. I'm glad they're not buffed. But this seems good.
Death Watch, 0 changes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They probably could have dropped the Corvus a bit, to be honest. No one's playing it, and it's not an aircraft anymore. It's just a floating tank.
And normally I would say, yeah, but it's an aircraft. But they're changing their tune. They are changing their tune. Orcs have illicit aircraft support, which to me signals they're going to try and do something with them.
But also, Shagrock, the Corvus Blackstar doesn't have the aircraft keyword. It is just a tank.
Yeah, I know, but like, they've done that with like the Helldrake's the same, but they're still aircraft models. They're still very cautious with them.
I don't know. That one doesn't make sense to me though, because it functionally is just a big tank that's easier to shoot, and it costs more than a like a Rep-X probably. Because a Rep-X is like 150, 170 points or something. Gladiator Reaper, 170 points for the 3rd unit.
I wonder which one shoots better.
Yeah, I wonder. But also, they just Legends a bunch of Marine aircraft. If they Legends the Corvus Blackstar, I'm going to be very sad, because I own 2 of those.
They're cool. They're cool. I've only ever seen them get played once, and it annihilated me.
Now, honestly, if they Legends the Corvus Blackstar after having it in the intro sequence of Space Marine 2 and releasing a combo box, which you can still currently buy, that has the Corvus Blackstar in it, that would be a really dick move from Games Workshop.
I don't think they'll legend them. They legend the Space Marines ones, but they were pre-Primaris, right?
What, Deathwatch?
No, the Space Marine flyers that got legends.
I believe so, yes.
They were like 7th edition, right? So like that's why they're going. It's not because they're flyers, because they're just firstborn.
I'm just checking something because someone in the chat points it out. Actually, the Corvus does not have the aircraft keyword. I've just checked. Neither in the Agents Codex nor in the Deathwatch Index does it have aircraft. I will say, the Corvus Blackstar actually kind of slaps an Agents if you're playing Imperialis fleet, because you can target a unit and give yourself +1 to hit against it, and the Corvus Blackstar's datasheet rule is it ignores cover, so it would hit on 2s with all of its guns, which is quite fun, just while moving. Granted, it's 1 last cannon shot and 2 rocket shots, but you know, those Stormbolters. I mean, the rest of this is going to be the same. They have 1 detachment, and they changed that last time, which is Black Sphere Task Force, so that's still Purge. Yeah, actually, I've made that mistake a few times where I open Wikipedia and it defaults to the 10th edition version. It's really confusing. Drakari, I don't know anything about this army, but...
No, but looks like we don't need to.
They don't need to, they haven't changed it. Okay. No enhancement... Not enhancement. No detachment changes? Nope.
Nope, this is...
no changes.
That's good.
Skari is perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Emperor's Children time.
Alright, let's go.
Defiler up 10.
Only the second one, which is good.
Lord Exultant up 10.
Not keen on that.
Oh, the Legions of X section's a bit red. Admittedly, it's not tons of points, it's Demonettes. It is just reflecting the regular demons.
Yeah, and it's not... The Emperor's Children feel kind of great right now, so this is fine. Yeah. Not happy about the Lord Exultant.
It's like the best unit in the Codex, other than the Defiler, really, isn't it? Is the thing.
It is, and it's a good one to hit because, like, so many. I mean, this is just an issue with like armies with less units, but like it's hard to avoid nerfs in Emperor's Children. Like Space Marines, you nerf something, they're just going to replace it with the second best option, which becomes the best option.
Oh, chat says look at the disposition changes. Oh no.
Oh no.
Excess 2 enhancements cost more.
It's back. I think they changed that to they changed it back to disruption.
Oh, is that it?
That's upsetting. That's upsetting.
No, they haven't changed any of these. They're all the same. They haven't.
Yeah, these are. Carnival was priority, but got changed last patch.
Yeah, but that's none of these are new changes other than those points cost. So basically, if you're playing Carnival, Possessed Blade costs 10 more points, and Walker costs 5.
Someone says the Helldrake has been changed to OC0. Is
that wasn't that already the case?
Well, it's OC dash, which is different because OC0 can gain benefit. I don't know what an Emperor's Children would possibly give it OC.
Yeah, unless you can give it OC, there's functionally no difference there. That doesn't change anything.
Well, can OC 0... So, with the objectives that score for having units, they often rule out units like the Helldrake. I think maybe they mention it has to be OC dash. Maybe an OC 0 unit can score some of those.
So, chat, my understanding is... Okay, I guess to address that, chat, is you can't do actions if you don't have OC, just period. You can do things like the one where you have to be near a table edge and have another unit near a table edge. You can do that with them. You can also do Display of Might and things like that, and engage on all fronts because they don't require you to do an action.
Someone's saying Spectacle and Carnival are disruption, but they were already disruption.
Yeah, they were already disruption. They changed last slate. Yeah, engage, outflank, and display are the 3 you can do with it. But also, anything that isn't aircraft has OC dash. If you're a non-aircraft, what was a plane, you are now OC 0, is my understanding. But that's the main thing they changed there, and then maybe they forgot to do it with the Helldrake last time, so that might just be a correction they missed. It doesn't really functionally change anything unless you can give a unit OC, and there's not tons of armies that can do that.
No, so, I'm pretty certain Emperor's Children can't anywhere.
No. Okay, then the summary from Goonhammer I'm reading on the side is wrong. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, this is late. The Demons one sucks. The Demon detachment was so bad in 10th, but it kind of It kind of became a bit of a spotlight in 11. Felt amazing. But these aren't too harsh. It's definitely playable. I don't think you're taking 4 units of demonettes anymore. Although at that point, I don't even know why you're playing it.
I guess the thing is one is the 1 DP detachments kind of help the demon detachment, and also the Defiler now existing is a big thing for it as well, because you have to crit fireballs to cannons.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I think there's that. Yeah. That's how I'll choose to look at it. I mean, the Lord Exaltant's the one that I think is going to sting the most. There's no avoiding that one.
Yeah, you might
maybe
just...
If you're someone that takes the 3rd, maybe you don't. I always took the 3rd Lord Exaltant.
Does this affect your list for the tournament at all?
Actually, no.
No, because you're not playing...
Oh, no, I have one Lord Exaltant.
So your list's up 10 points? Oh, no. Shit.
Yeah, that's I believe I think my point might have been, my list might have been 1900 points, or like 1990.
Oh, perfect then. You did exactly at 2000 if that's the case.
I'll have to check about that.
Okay. So Emperor's Children done. Gene to the Cults. Where's Abby when you need him? Oh, no, we don't need them. Never mind. No changes.
Double check the detachments. These look fine.
Nothing.
Still unique tags worth noticing.
Yeah. It's not a Space Marine faction, so no buffs allowed.
Oh god, I really hope the Armiger ones. I know I was just harping on about how they shouldn't be changed, and I don't think they should be design-wise, but I would like them to be changed.
Redeemer's up to reflect the Marine one, I guess. Purgations are down a tiny bit. Paladins are up for the 10-man, and for the third unit. This is mostly just a symptom, I think, of people trying to play Purge, because people were just taking 3 big bricks of Paladins. And
no, you did that. You did that in Take and Hold.
Yeah, you can do that in that as well. Yeah, that also works. Oh yeah, because I think they changed the detachment from Purge to Take and Hold, didn't they?
I'm not sure, but I remember at the start of the edition, there's this one Grey Knights player. There's loads of content. He made this really cool list where the whole list was built around Voldus, and it was because at the time he had -1. But you played this like ultra campy playstyle.
Yeah.
Admittedly, it was kind of cool, but horrible to play against.
But yeah, this is probably a bit of a nerf if you're spamming Paladins, but if you're just taking, like, let's say you're taking 2 10-mans, if you are taking 2 10-mans, your list is up 20 points. And then it's down a bit if you're taking Purgations. I know there's a Purgation detachment, if I recall, so if you're doing that as a 1 DP and taking Paladins, your list might be about the same. But...
Oh, the Purgation, they're like the really shit flamers, right?
Yeah, but there's a detachment that makes them really high strength.
Yeah, their detachment's kind of sick. It makes them, if you get shot by them, you take a battle shock. Which I think is really cool.
Yeah, they seem to be nerfing Redeemers across the board. Maybe they're just sick of people flamering with them.
Yeah, I only learned recently that Grey Knights have their own special Land Raider variant. Do you know that?
Oh, what? Which one?
The one that's got like bolters on it. It's like I think it's the Crusader.
I think the Crusader exists in regular Marines.
Does it? I thought it was a. I thought it was a specific one.
I might be wrong. Okay, we'll find out when we get to that. Agents. Boo. No changes. Boo. Hiss.
Okay, check the attachments. Might be the attachments.
No, they're not going to change the attachments. They just did that last slate.
You've got this edition's rule changes.
Yeah, that was our only change after the edition. I wasn't expecting any of this slate, to be honest, because after changing this, which is quite a significant buff, because you got an extra detachment, which had 6 stress.
Go on. Switch to Knights to see what we got.
See what Knights get.
I'm really hoping for something there. Oh.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Oh, wait, go.
No, it's changed.
Unique enhancements. That's sad.
Nothing.
That is really sad. Armigers. The army is like really. The Armigers suck right now, which means that like even though there are winning lists, they're all like 4 or 5 big knights, which is like really not nice to play against, and it's also really boring to play. This is super disappointing. But the army's not doing horrible. It is winning. There is an issue at the moment amongst knight players where it's kind of theorized if you're playing at a high level. The current like orc matchup, it's believed if your opponent's good at orcs and they have like a meta list, you kind of just can't win that matchup ever. It's like it feels like a 0 to 100 matchup. So I was really hoping that we'd get like something. Although the win rate is actually above, it's like 51%. So I do understand why we've not changed.
Chat, the Grey Knight, Razorback, and Stormraven are probably still in their list of options because that change for those going to Legends isn't until the Marine Codex in October. So if that happens to the Grey Knight, actually, that is a big potential change to the Grey Knight stuff, actually, if that happens, because they don't have many other things. But, I don't think that's happened yet. Let me just quickly check. Where is it?
Well, we still have
Razorback still there.
Yeah, we still have Centurions, so I don't know why anything else would go Legends now.
Yeah. So we did Knights. Votan. Ooh. It's a few changes. Okay, so Thunderkin down up for the 6 mans.
I've been theorizing. I've not run the numbers because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that. I suspect Thunderkin were the most damage for the points in the game, if you include stratagems. Like what that unit could do for 80 points was like disturbing.
Yeah, they are quite shooty. They're also very slow and like not very durable though.
Yeah, I think they were fine. I think they're cool, but like that's an 80-point unit that could kill a knight if you rolled well. Like that is like a fascinating amount of damage.
I mean, if you want something that can kill a knight, Berserks are pretty good at it. So they're down 5 and 10.
I'm happy to see Earthshakers. I think Earthshakers are kind of good. I actually played a tiny bit of Votan this edition, and Earthshakers, they force battle shocks. They're artillery that force battle shocks for 100 points. I think they're kind of crazy good.
I'm surprised to see the shooty Steeljacks going up. I didn't realize they were that good. The melee ones definitely need to go down. I've not seen those on the table, period.
Yeah, no one plays the melee ones. You put 6 in a Hecaton because they're like a really good Overwatch threat.
Yeah. The Capricus going up 5 points isn't a big deal because I think you just take one and split a squad with it. Like,
yeah,
most lists are up 5 points because of that.
My gripe with Votan at the moment is that the army is like kind of soft split in two between like the Jaegers and non-Jaegers, but they both do the same thing and you take both of them. So you have these like 2 distinct parts of your army, but they both do the same thing. It's really bizarre. Like you have like a Capricus carrier that's splitting a unit to score points, but then you have a Sagittar that's also splitting a unit and also scoring points.
I mean, I don't have an issue with the dwarf faction being like this industrious transport focused thing. I think that's an interesting dynamic to have.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I just think they should do something distinctly different.
I guess so. Bets on Farsight going down below 70 points. But that's Votan. The detachments are the same. I don't know which one's which here because it's Votan. I don't know. Delve is still one of my favorite detachments because that's just like you give all your. I mean, if you're playing Delve, like I know some guys that play Delve, and some of them are running 40 or 50 berserks, so their list went down like potentially 50 points, which is quite funny.
Man, I'm still bummed out. Knight's got nothing on the list. I was so excited to see what we got. I think that actually hurt more than a nerf.
Okay, Necrons.
I've been playing Necrons. I've played a couple Necron games.
Lots of Locust stuff up. Destroyer's up. Oh, it's up 5. Okay, sure. But the third unit's up 20. And it was already up 10. So if you... I guess this means if you decide to take 1, 1, and 1, the third one costs 30 more points.
I don't know if anyone in the world was doing that, but I mean, they're cheap. They're not fast.
You'd be surprised. They were a very cheap scoring unit. It's 40 points. They're pretty quick.
They are, but they're in a 6-man with a leader. They're one of those just like anti-everything. There's nothing they're not good into. They're cool.
I don't know why they let you take them as ones. I think it's because you can build one of them as a character with an upgrade sprue you used to be able to buy, which I don't think you can buy anymore.
Yeah, you buy them in freeze. Although you buy them in freeze and then you make one a character, which means
you have
two.
Yeah.
Which is normally that's how they do Terminators. Like the Alaris custodians.
But I guess what they did though is they said, oh, if you buy 2 upgrade sprues, you can now take a model of 1 or something. I don't know. That's a very weird decision.
That is weird. I actually only recently learned that the Locust Destroyers were still in the game. I thought the Locust Heavy Destroyer just replaced them, but I'm very nostalgic for the old ones. So I've been playing them, and they're like a vicious unit.
I wouldn't be surprised if the regular Locust went to Legends at some point if they don't get an update though, because of how old they are. Like they still have the green tube. Like
yeah, I can see them going to Legend as well. I can definitely.
And the other thing is the Heavy Destroyers kind of fill the same role because it has 2 different weapon profiles on the Heavy Destroyers. One's anti-infantry, one's more anti-tank. So it's not like there's like
it fills the same role, but like way worse.
I don't know if it's that bad. The Heavy Destroyers do
they're
kind of
they're not bad. They're not bad, but like the thing that's awesome about Locust Lords or like Locust Destroyers is they're just so there's no matchup where they're not good. Maybe into Recon Guard, but like I don't know. They're just really cool. Like Locust Heavy Destroyers can be really good into infantry or really good into tanks, although not really. I know they're flat damage 6, but like 3 shots, like for like how many is free? 175 for 3 shots. I don't know. They're not that good into tanks.
I guess, yeah. I don't tend to see them with that gun, to be fair. I think people just take the damage. Is it the damage 2 one that's like lethal sustained or something stupid?
You know, I thought it was like damage 1, like 6 attacks rapid fire. Maybe
it might be that one. Yeah.
I think you're thinking of the Locust Destroyers, the regular one.
That might be true, yeah. But the Locust Lord probably also needs an update because that can lead both, and it looks really weird when it leaves Heavy Destroyers. But that's up 10 points. Warriors are up 5. Sure. I guess some people might have been taking 10s.
Yeah, you run the 10-man squad because they're just really good to chuck onto the center turn 1. They have they're just so much OC.
I guess they're now back at parity with the 20-man. Like it's now the same cost both ways. Ophidians are up for the 6-man? Really?
I do not know what that's about. I know people ran it, but like they were running every list with like 2 squads of 3.
Yeah, like the up and down unit, right? Like
I don't know why. I people did run 6, but like I don't know if it was broken.
Maybe people were taking them in the destroyer detachment. I don't know. Plasma Monster's up 5, yay. Scorpet Lord's up 5, yay. No detachment changes. Cool. That's Necrons. We have Orcs, which they've said there's no changes to because they've taken the Codex in 2 weeks, so we can skip that one.
Makes sense.
Space Marines. I think we kind of know what some of these are going to be. Nerfing Devastator Centurions is very funny.
Dude,
they're about to go to Legends.
What a piss in the teeth, dude. That is such a piss in the teeth. They're getting sent to Legends, but like just one last fuck you.
So I would assume that the balance team are a separate team to whoever decides what stuff goes to Legends, because like it's not a balanced choice to send something to Legends. This is a business choice, really, isn't it?
No, but it's still funny.
It is funny. Sorry, Paul, your list has probably gone up 15 points because he's playing 1 squad of these in his tournament list for the Chrono Cup. Yeah, they wanted to smack Paul one last time. It's true. It's like one of the only changes as well. We've seen these 2 already in all the other Space Marine variants. This is probably because of Librarius in some description. To be fair, I think this might be a nerf to Dark Angels as well, because I know the few times I have seen Deathwing Knights is you take a Terminator Librarian with them with the enhancement in Librarius that lets them auto advance 6 or something, and you advance and charge them and they move like 14 inches. Which is pretty heinous for Deathwing Knights. But I'm sure there's other places they're being used as well. Redeemers are also just good. Vulcan's up 10 points.
He needed to be up fucking 50, dude. Fuck that model.
Oh, you rolled the advance. Oh, they just get advance and charge, do they? I know there's a discipline that lets them get advance and charge or something. It might be celerity or something. We're going to have to talk to Bradley and see if his list is over 2k now.
You know, I had a game into Vulcan where they were running. I think it wasn't a lone Vulcan. It was Vulcan in a squad, but I precisioned him out. It was full healthy Lord Exultant squad, 5 infractors. I think I sunk like 50 damage into him. Right, he survived on like 3 wounds. I made a like a post ranting about how broken he was, and all the comments were like, "Why would you lie about that? Why would you lie about 50 wounds not killing this character?" And I was like, "One day you are gonna get your life savings scammed by this model, and I want you to fucking think back to this post. That model is a war criminal."
Chat says Paul's literally right now zoomed in on the Centurion point change on his stream. Oh, there you go. Someone in chat said the librarian thing. +2 move from Biomancy Celerity lets you make an advanced move and charge. Okay. You can make it pretty quick then. But yeah, no marine detachment changes, even though there's so many of them. Ugh. I mean, Marines, I don't expect to get many more changes in the next month or so, because they're getting a codex in October. So they're probably going to have the Orc thing next slate. So this might be the last Marine change pre-codex.
Probably.
Space Wolves. Wolf. Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Hold on, hold on. I need to screenshot that. I need to send it to my friend. He's gonna hate that. No one was playing Thunderwolf Cavalry. They suck right now.
I mean, it's just for the third squad, I guess. It's not a big change.
I get maybe Wolf Jowl's coming back, but he's gonna hate that.
Oh, the big one here is the Wolfguard Terminators. The third unit of 10 is up 35 points. So no.
Yeah.
So the GW is saying do not play 30 Terminators.
they were broken. I don't fucking care. Those units were so annoying.
Yeah. And then the regular squad's up 10 for the 10 man. Which that part's fine. That's not the end of the world. No other changes other than the generic ones, yeah. Any detachment changes? This would be a very quick slate compared to the last one. The last one was hours, but I feel like we might be done soon, to be honest. But
it really is.
Let's face Wolves. Oh, that's going to affect Glacial Geek's list as well, actually, isn't it? His list is going to go up. I think he was playing 10 and 5, so his list is up 15 points, I think. I don't know if that pushes him over or not. Tau. Star Scythe Battlesuits are up 10. Sure. Twin Lance up 10 again. Tiger Shark
Dude,
up 20.
I'm gonna be like on my deathbed, right, in my 70s. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna be listening to like the beep 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 of like whatever machine tracks your heart, and I'm gonna open up my phone and see that the Twin Lance is 700 points and it's gone up another 10. That unit is gonna go up 10 every 3 months for the rest of our lives.
The Twin Lance costs more than Cool. The Twin Lance does more than Cool. I mean, a Cool gives you Oath. The Twin Lance does everything else better.
Twin Lance is also 2 guys.
It is also 2 guys. Any detachment changes? Monkar, 45-point enhancement. Woof. No other changes? Yeah, I'm surprised the Tiger Shark's gone up. Were people playing the Tiger Shark competitively? Maybe that's why.
Was that the 4-Rod Flyer?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was like one of their best shooting pieces, weirdly.
Oh, that might be why then. There you go.
Yeah, that was like a crazy shooting piece, like all of 10th. It was surprisingly common in competitive lists.
That's Tau. Thousand Suns. Oh no!
Oh,
Howl's list has been nerfed again.
Dude, they've increased the second Defiler just because like it's a unilateral change. But I don't think the Thousand Suns players are even playing their Defiler anymore.
Is Hal here? Is he in chat? He might not be. Because he hopped in last time, but this may hurt his list again. Because I think he was playing a Sorcerer, an Infernal Master, and a Terminator Sorcerer, so his list might be up like 20 points.
This is not deserved.
I mean, they were still competitive. Like people were playing them at WTC.
Yeah, they're just like an annoying army in general. Grand Coven there.
Umbrellific Crystal up 10 points, which I think is that the uppy downy enhancement. It's
either uppy downy. I think it's uppy downy, but it might be one that brings Terminators back every turn. I know you give it to Terminators. That's all I remember.
Yeah, because I think this is the detachment that Hal was playing, so maybe his list is up 30 points. Oof. He might have cut a unit. That's rough. That's Thousand Suns. Titan Legions.
So you know that you can run Titans as their own Legion.
Yeah.
Can you run Chaos? Can you run Chaos Titans as their own thing and like bring?
I would assume so.
Are they on here twice? I mean, there's Chaos Titan Legions, so yeah, I guess. What can you ally in that case?
Demons probably and Chaos Knights. It more or less means it's very similar to regular Knights, right? Because instead of agents and knights, it's Chaos Knights and demons.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
if you were ever playing a Titan and thought, man, this is, I just wish I didn't have any stratagem access, you can run it that way.
So bugs, Exocrine down 5 points, Maliceptor down 10 points, Pyrovores down 5, and then up 5 for the second and third.
Yeah, people were running them in freeze. They were really good in freeze. They're just a lot of really cheap flamers.
I've not seen them in a while, so I don't know.
In fact, hold on, look at that. They're 40 points a model. If you put them in a squad of 3, they go to like 30.
Yeah, they cost you 20 less points. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's an expensive unit. If you want to pay like if you want to pay like £130 for a 100-point unit that does a bit of flaming, go for it.
Tyrant Guard are up for the 6-man.
Yeah, they pissed me off. That's fine.
Tyrannofax didn't. It looks like all the big bugs have gone down a bit. The Exocrine, Maliceptor, Tyrannofax have all gone down.
Does he
5, 10, 10?
135.
What's that?
Which one? Wait, no, I was thinking of Tyrannofax.
Exocrine.
Which one is that?
That's the something. Evan, that Datasmith change happened last slate.
I'm gonna Google the Exocrine. I think that's maybe the one that has like the penis on top of it. Instead of in its hand.
Tyranids have one enhancement going up 5 points, which is the Norn Queen one, which is the Norn enhancements one.
Yeah, the Exocrine is the penis tank. That is quite cheap for that model.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like buffs to the big Tyranid models. Zoanthropes down 10 for the 6-man is a nice little buff for anyone that's playing the tunnel detachment.
Which is everyone.
I don't think it is. People at WTC were taking the Norn spam list, and you just play as taking.
That is true. I played against Norm spam recently. That was ridiculous. But
yeah.
90% of the time I play against the tunnel detachment.
I've not played against that one in a while. I know it's still solid, but the issue is at that point you can just play other armies and do better. And then we've just got World Eaters, and then we're done. I guess we can check the slate and see if there's any data sheet changes, but Khorne Berserker's down 10. Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you're taking 3 squads of Khorne Berserkers, your list is down 30 points, I guess, but nothing else changed.
You know, I've not played against World Eaters much. They're a surprise. They're like popular, but also not played very often. I don't think I've ever won a game against World Eaters. I think I might be like 0-5 against them.
Oh, interesting point, chat. The World Eaters Defiler is the only one that didn't go up 10 points for the second one.
It's also the worst one by far.
It's still not bad. It's still a Defiler. It just has the worst rule of the bunch. But
The second Defiler, the second Defiler is now 60 points cheaper than any other faction.
Interesting. Okay, let's quickly check the download section and see if there's any interesting datasheet changes. Oh, Christ. Okay. Dark Angels.
That's all of them, so I doubt they're all gonna have.
Frame removed from the following Legends datasheet. Right. Okay. Don't care.
Rest in peace, whatever that is.
What do you mean changes to rules updates? For God's sake.
I love when it makes you scroll.
Page 7.
At least it's red now.
Oh, actually, maybe I should have checked the Dark Angel one to see if that had it. No, they have changes to that as well, for God's sake. Page 9. Highlighted in red. Lionel Johnson. Didn't he already do this in the command phase?
I guess not. He might be like Fulgrim and did it in your opponent's command phase.
No, I don't think he did. He up you down in your turn, so that's maybe they just haven't updated it properly. So that's not really been changed. If that's okay, sure. Death Guard. Skull Squirm Blight from Nurgle's Gift. Each time a model on this attack makes a ranged attack. Did this just say stealth before, or did this like say -1 to hit or something?
Not a clue. I did not have a clue.
Okay, Mortarian Tower strat changed from. Why can't these just tell us what it said before, for God's sake? I don't know what they said before.
Maybe it said -2 to charge rolls, because that rule is normally -2 to charge rolls.
Like, it doesn't highlight which part of this has changed. So, it could have just not said visible before. It could have been -2. It might be a change to say before you declare the charge. I don't know.
Well, it's different. That's all we know.
If something's changed, don't know what. The entire thing's highlighted. Very helpful. Thank you, Games Workshop. Sisters. Champions of Faith now buff Celestian Insidians. Is that the new kill team with the swords and stuff?
Yeah.
I say new, it's been a few months, but Sacred Champions detachment rule, first sentence changed to friendly Celestian units attacks have +1 ballistic skill and weapon skill.
Woohoo.
So basically both of these now just affect the new kill team that wasn't listed apparently before because it wasn't keyworded. Stupid.
Do not forget the changes to rule updates.
Oh, true. Rule updates is page 13 because it's not always the same page. Why isn't it just page 2? Gaining Miracle Dice is now at the start of each turn. Was it Battle Round before? So they now gain more dice? Because I remember last slate they nerfed it so that you have to use the dice before you see the roll now. So that actually is a big change. You get more dice, but it was Battle Round. Thank you, chat. I mean, I guess that explains why they didn't change the datasheet coin cost much. They just wanted to make this change and see if it breaks anything. In here, they've highlighted model. Did it say unit before? Like,
dude, I love how they rate these, dude. It's such a wonderful puzzle.
Like, instead of saying change to, show me the before and after so I know what's changed.
I feel like I'm in a fucking escape room, and now we've got to figure out what the word model means.
Like, Games Workshop, go and read a patch notes list that's made by Valve or something, and learn how to write patch notes properly. Like, for fuck's sake. They added the Celestian keyword to Celestian Sacrosanct. Yay. St. Celestine's datasheet rule has changed to return 1 destroyed Gemini Superior model to this unit. That is actually a big change, because that used to say one of them or D3 bodyguard models, so that's actually a nerf.
Wait, hold on. Scroll up to the page before this one. Scroll up one page. Look at the I can't read it. The second side of this, the right hand side. The one of those rules is changed, but they've actually only changed certain words and added them red, so you know what's changed. Why have they done that for one change and not any of the others?
I don't know. It's Workshop, man.
It's so confusing.
Evan, what do you mean new disembark modes? If you mean the ones that have been there for 2 months now, those have not changed, unless they changed them again. Oh god. But this isn't enough to St. Celestine, though, because that used to heal D3 bodyguard models as well, and now it doesn't. Not that they're the most durable bodyguards, but it did matter. Thousand Suns. Changes to rule updates, my favourite. Why is it not on page 2? Why could it not have just been on page 2?
Dude, have these guys just never played a video game?
I know, right? The Helldrake is now OC0. Okay, this...
That is an explicit change. What does it mean? What does it affect?
Well, with most aircraft, they did that when they removed aircraft. Did they forget to do it? I mean, it doesn't functionally mean anything unless you can give them OC. This
no, but they were OC dash. There has to be a reason for this, right? Because they've gone through and they've added, they've made it red on purpose. There has to be a meaning.
So my guess is for most aircraft, when they did this to most aircraft, if they removed aircraft, they made them OC0 instead of dash. Maybe they just forgot to do it to the Helldrake for some reason.
Okay, what is the difference between dash and 0?
0 means you can gain OC if you have ability to give OC. That's it.
So this is a purposeful change to allow these to gain OC, right?
I think it's just a consistency change because they forgot to do it to the Helldrake. Because every non-aircraft flyer has OC0, and they might have just forgotten to do it to the Helldrake.
This game's nauseating.
That's it, though. Okay, that's Thousand Suns. Admech. Changes to rules updates, my favourite. Page 17, Jesus Christ. This isn't new. This was here last slate. Why is it red? This is not new.
Is the second half new, maybe?
No.
Fuck knows.
Because they had to add this last slate because prior to last slate, the Datasmith used to gain the vehicle keyword when it was attached to robots as its data sheet rule, and then they gave it support and forgot to re-add that rule, so it was infantry for a slate. And then you'd like stand it out in front on terrain to get hidden on that guy, so you get more charge distance. It used to have infantry, then get that removed and re-added when the robot died. What do you mean? Why have they changed it again? What was wrong with this? Because it became a vehicle when it was attached, and then lost vehicle when the robots died. And now, if there are no robots in this...
This is just so confused. Did fucking Zinch write these changes? I just don't know what we're supposed to do with this.
It's just like a non-change, it's fine. Okay, and nothing else is there. Okay, that's out back. Universal rules update, sure. If a rule allows a unit to be eligible to declare a charge after disembarking from a transport model that made the normal move this turn, that unit makes an assault disembark move for that disembarkation instead of a disembark move. Okay. If a rule allows units to disembark from a transport model that made an advanced move that turn, that unit makes a shock disembark move for that disembarkation instead of a disembark move. So there's like a specific term for assault at disembark and shock disembark now, which aren't in this document, so I can't check them.
Okay. Maybe you. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot conceive these changes. I don't know why I did not mean to say conceive, but you know what I mean. Confusing.
So, chat, I know that the Data Smith now starts as vehicle, but he's a support unit, so you couldn't take him without the robots anyway. So it didn't matter that they changed it. Like, him being infantry before being attached didn't matter because he couldn't not be attached to robots. It's so fucking stupid. Space Wolves. You can split a Grey Hunter's unit into 2 units, each containing an equal number of models as possible. Oh, was it because the Grey Hunters had like a weird number of models?
Well, they could already do that though.
Yeah, but I think they're just adding a clarifying statement to it, or something. This one doesn't say rules changes here, so I'm not going to go to the rules section.
I'm not sure what they're clarifying.
But why is that not in this section? Because that is a rules change, right? Why is it on the first page? Okay, whatever. Fuck that. Why the doubles event companions had a change? What? Determine a layout step added. Is there doubles layouts?
I don't know.
No, they're just saying they recommend ABC, ABC. For an 8-round event, we recommend ABC, ABC, AB. Jesus Christ, an 8-round event of doubles. Jesus.
Has there ever been an 8-round doubles event?
8-round doubles event. Omni says it's a ruling where people chose to willingly misinterpret the intent and tell you it wasn't possible to attach, which makes the unit unplayable otherwise. Who the fuck was saying you couldn't attach the Data Smith to robots because it was an infantry attaching to a vehicle? It says I can attach to robots.
If I ever make it to the finals of a big tournament, dude, I'm going to be catching my opponent out on all those rules, dude. He's going to be playing down a fucking Data Smith.
Okay, I understand that it's in the event packs, but it's really funny they went in specifically to say, just in case you run an 8-round double event. Just in case, you know.
Dude, you can't fault them for their lack of foresight.
I guess. Chaos Knights page. Changes to rules update, my favorite. Page 26, Jesus fuck. Well, it wasn't page 26, it was page 27. Because you just put me on the last page. Storm of Darkness stratagem, when and effects sections. Your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase. So all the fight phase part is new?
I guess.
Jack, was this not here before? Did this merely attack the target unit, have -1 to hit rolls not work before? Or did it say during the charge phase before? It wasn't there before.
To be fair, I don't think you're supposed to be able to understand. You shouldn't be able to understand Chaos Knight changes until you've battle shocked your opponent.
Okay, chat. It says merely attacks the target unit. Who was not allowing you to do this during the fight phase? Who?
I've never played against like an event. I've not played against a proper rule shark yet. I'm excited for the day it happens though.
Okay, Omni. Even if it says it gives you stealth, that still works in melee. There is strats that give you ranged buffs in melee and Oh, I just minimized the tab. Whoops. There is strats that give you ranged and melee buffs that you can use in both phases that exist. There's a thing with precedent for that. Just because it says stealth doesn't mean you couldn't use it in melee. It says it's a strat that gives you -1 to hit rolls in melee. It also had the melee part. Yeah, the melee part isn't new. They just forgot to add the fight phase stipulation.
Dude, this game is so cool.
Chat, let me know that there's still a strat in the Imperial Agents Index that says in your shooting phase, in your movement phase, advance and shoot for that phase. And that still hasn't been fixed. But no one gives a shit, because no one's going to be a dick about that. But yeah, but then you have the guys that went, actually, it doesn't say that, so I'm not going to let you do that. Okay, if you ever play against someone that does that, go talk to your TO, because that person deserves to be banned from that event, because that's a dickhead. It didn't work because of the timing. Yeah, but it says the strat lets you be -1 to hit rolls in melee. No one's going to not let you do that. It's funny, though. It should have been corrected. It's good that they corrected it, but it's still funny. So that's Chaos Knights. Guard. Frame removed from a bunch of the planes. The legends. Rules updates, page 23. Recon elements detachment rule now excludes Titanic units?
Fair enough.
Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't it say that you had +1 to save when you were in cover before? This is a nerf. That's a big nerf. Because it used to be that you gained stealth and gained +1 to your armor save if you already had the benefit of cover. Yeah, someone chat just pasted the old version of it. That's a big nerf. Because now you're not -1 to save and +1 to armor save. Because you used to get -1 to hit and 3-up armor save against AP0, which was nuts.
I think if any army needed a nerf, it was probably Guard.
Okay, to be fair, Recon Guard is the one that only the pro players use because it required 400 units and you'd be clocked every game if you're not insanely good at the game.
Yeah, it was super lame. I don't mind.
Yeah, so that one I'm fine with. It also explains why they decreased the point cost on those units that were being used by Recon Guard. It does do tanks now, though. That is true, but have you ever had a tank not have cover in 11th edition? It is insanely difficult to not get the benefit of cover on a tank that is, like, any meaningful size. Because you just tow, like, the back of its tread behind a wall with the free pivot that you get every turn. Oh, did they get dropped to 2DP? Oh, I missed that part, though. I mean, that at least means it's going to be less skewy, because you might actually take tanks now, but, like, I don't think you'll care that your tanks have stealth, because stealth is just benefit of cover, and they don't stack. You put your tanks out in the open like a real tank commander would. Shut up.
I mean, it's not that it matters for guards. It's kind of hard to get cover on vehicles sometimes if you're using their melee. There's that.
What guard vehicles have melee?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking play devil's advocate.
to be fair, I think the Sentinels have chainsaws on them. So there you go. Solved it. Funny. Okay, that's Guard. Drakari. They didn't have any rules changes. Their Legends units lost frame, ripped the Tantalus.
I still think that's the biggest Legends loss ever.
It's pretty rough. The Venom's ability now says from a transport instead of just disembarked, because apparently you can disembark from something else, question mark?
I don't know.
Wait, but there's an FAQ about it. Does the Venom's... Wait, hold on. Does the Venom's aerialist ability allow a unit to embark within a transport even if it disembarked from a transport this turn? They added from a transport because people were asking if you could re-embark the same turn, even though it has a rule that says you can disembark the same turn. What? Oh my god.
I'm starting to think that Skari might not be the only good Drakari player because the army's that hard. There might be a bit of a comprehension issue going on here.
like there's no restriction in the game that says you can't disembark and re-embark the same turn.
Oh no, hold on, wait. Actually,
there is, but this rule overrides
I think that's a
that.
core rule now.
It is, but this rule says It can, yeah, that unit can disembark the turn it disembarked. They already clarified that, and then they've had so many FAQs asking, "Can I do this?" that they've had to add from a transport to the end of it because people are stupid. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, not really a meaningful change, but it happened. Oh, that's pretty funny. Space Marines. Oh my god, they've had to do it here as well. Jesus Christ. I hate people.
To be fair, I cannot be laughing at people misinterpreting rules. I do that shit all the time.
Anvil Siege Force. Is this an enhancement? Yeah, it's an enhancement. So now you have to control the objective to get the Feel No Pain? Okay.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that, actually.
Were people playing Anvil Siege Force?
Although... No, sorry, I was thinking of... I was thinking specifically, what's his name? The character's rule. That's the one I want to have counterplay. Yeah, I was confusing that one.
Yeah. Any other changes to Space Marines? Oh, there's so many changes. Jesus Christ. Okay, no. Cool. That's Space Marines. World Eaters. Changes to core rules updates. Page 7. I like how we actually have time to go through this time because we didn't spend like 4 hours on just going through the points. It's the Heldrake thing again. It's the same. There's another one here. Khan the Betrayer. At the end of your charge phase, this unit on the battlefield is unengaged and contains a bodyguard model. This unit makes a leadership role. Has this... What's changed about this? Because I remember there was a thing last slate that, like, said that he now does this when he's inside a vehicle, which was quite funny. But I don't know if that now is no longer the case because he's not... I guess he's classed as being on the battlefield. I don't know what this does.
Yeah, it says on the battlefield. I'd imagine that would be the change here.
Okay, so now he doesn't shank his teammates when he's in a vehicle anymore. Boo.
I don't know. It's hard to say because they've elected. Sometimes they highlight just the things that have changed. Sometimes they're not.
Yeah, this is the bad way of highlighting it. Don't highlight it like this. This is confusing unless you change the entire wording of the thing or added a new rule. Oh, I didn't mean to highlight it. Okay, that's fine. No, I don't want to save the PDF. Necrons. Oh, they've crossed out something. You now get charge bonus from one of their strats because heroic now gives you the charge bonus. Apparently, this clarified that you didn't.
That is a change.
Well, it confuses me that this what's new section is here, and then it doesn't list all the changes. Like it says changes to rules update, but this is a rules update. What's the purpose of this section?
Let's think about it correctly. Let's actually think about it.
Okay. Yeah,
What could be new to this that isn't a rules change? What could they add that's new?
Nothing. They're all rules changes. 29. Let's have a look. Oh, look, a rules change. There wasn't in the new rules changes section. They've just changed this to say ingress move. Sure. They've changed the monolith ability. And while making that ingress move, it must be set up wholly within 6 inches of this unit and unengaged, instead of more than 8 horizontally from all enemy units.
Do you know, at least they've mercifully only
Wait,
highlighted a third of it this time.
Is this a buff? Does this mean you can be within 8 of enemy units? You can just be outside their engagement range and just teleport in? Because there's no range limitation here. It says 6 inches of this unit and unengaged. Did this do this before?
I would not know.
So someone check the monolith, because that might be actually quite a big buff if that is natural change and not just a wording change. It might have already done that, though. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen a monolith on the table. But they do move 14 inches if you play the monolith detachment, which is quite funny. You could do that before. Okay, good to know. Not changed then. Tyranids. Bugs. Remove frame from the Harridan. That's actually not a Legends unit. So that actually does matter, because some people do bring Harridans to events, even though it's rare.
Legends unit for now.
Rules updates. I typed in the number you gave me. It's not here. What? They're just lying to me. This is page
I like-
19.
What? I don't know, dude. It's so confusing. Why is the removal of frame from the Harridan not considered the rules update?
I don't know. So they've just changed this to say surge move. Sure. They've changed the entire Norn's harpoon weapon ability, and I'm not going to pretend that I know what's changed about that because it's all highlighted in red and doesn't tell me. So, fuck you, I'm not reading it. Okay, let's do it. Orcs. Oh, this isn't going to be... Oh, no, that actually has been changes. Okay. Stop disembark move, sure. How's this not a rules update? Like, if there's only 3 changes, just put them all in the what's new section instead of saying changes to rules updates. Well, watch, I'll go to the rules update section and there'll be like one other change. Oh, there's one change. They changed Kareen to say emergency disembark. This now says suppressed.
Awesome.
Could they not have just included this and this in the what's new section?
Oh, it's an FAQ.
Yeah, I know there's an FAQ, but like that could stay here. That's fine. Okay, sure. FAQ. Emperor's Children. Changes to rules updates. There's nothing new apparently. Nothing's under the what's new section.
Is the
there actually is a strat change here.
Rapid evisceration.
And it is just adding the stipulation of your unit can embark with the transport the turn it disembarked.
Have they not? Wait, have they not changed our Helldrake? Were we just left out of that?
Unless the Emperor's Children Helldrake. No, it's here. Oh. Yeah. But apparently that's not new, so it couldn't be under the what's new section. That's Emperor's Children. Imperial Knights. Changes to rules updates. There's nothing new though.
There is one thing I'll give these rule packs. I'm pretty confident AI did not rate these. Oh wait, have they added inches or measurements of the line yet?
Yes, the place a circular 40mm foundation marker.
Dude, do you know how that was being ruled, by the way? It was actually being ruled, to my understanding, with like a surprisingly like mathematically complicated ruling where you had to I don't remember exactly what it is. There was conversation with it, but you had to interpret it that it was using the word line in like a conceptual sense, where the line had to be basically 1 millimeter. It had to be the shortest physical distance, which was practically a millimeter. So what players were doing is they were bringing fishing wire to the to events, and they were putting fishing wire under terrains to represent the line.
I hate that.
So I'm glad it's 40 millimeters. That is a buff.
That's the only change. So for what reason is this not in the what's new section? It is the only change.
Fuck knows. That is a buff though.
It is a buff if it is actually a major change. Frame. Okay, so there's no rule changes in the Tau section. Frame removed from the following legend stage sheets. Cool. Let's just go to page 19 and check if they're lying to us. No, they are actually telling the truth. There is actually no changes. Okay. Event companion. But this is the same recommendation thing. Clarification on plunder, which most people already knew. They actually say for Beacon, if your unit's dead, they're like, no, you won't be able to choose a new unit. You'll be unable to achieve that mission. We recommend discarding it on your turn to gain a CP. There you go.
You know, I have a gripe with some of the mission layouts when it comes to plunder. Some of them, like especially like the horizontal deployments, they would have one of the expansion pieces of terrain would be on the line, and they did this big circle. There'd be this black circle to represent something to do with plunder. And I had this come up with my opponent. We couldn't decide whether I could plunder on this piece of terrain. So we call over the event organizer and they point to the circle. They say, see, this circle shows why you can do it. And I was like, no, it doesn't. It's a black circle. It doesn't mean anything. Does this tell me that it's over the line or not on the line? Does it mean, it doesn't mean anything. It's a nameless black circle. That pissed me off.
I don't know.
But you
black,
can.
I don't know what black circle you're referring to be honest. But yes, you should
There's
be
just
a bit later. But
yeah, but basically it means you can use it. If there's a black circle, it means it's past the line, but like basically on the line.
So the thing with plunder is the terrain piece has to be wholly outside your territory. So
yeah, but it is like the very tippity corner of it is like on the line, but it is outside of it.
Yeah, but plunder says it has to be wholly outside. The entire terrain piece has to be outside your territory.
The entire terrain is. It's just one of the back corners is on the line.
I see. That's funny. Okay, that's the event companion. The Chaos Space Marines. Let's try and get through the last couple. Remove frames from the legend data sheets. Marshals of the Maelstrom now have support. So they have to be attached to something now, which I think people generally were doing anyway, to be fair. Add some changes to the core rule updates. Everyone's favourite change. Page 37, Jesus Christ. Helldrake, same change. That's it. Okay. Eldar. Add a bullet point to Serpent's Brood. When mustering your army, you can select the Harlequin's character mode to be your warlord. Was that not already the case? Is that actually new? I don't believe that's new.
Why are these not red if they're new?
That's also true. Oh, they fixed the stone. So the Stone Singer was the character on Dinosaur that came with the new Exodites. They accidentally said it had a 5-up ballistic skill on its flamer. So it was a Taurian weapon with ballistic skill 5+.
Very Games Workshop thing to do.
And then they had to remove frame from a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist. Sorry, Christian. Page 30. This is not the rules change section. The contents page is wrong. Where is it? Is it further up or further down? This is like nowhere near the rules change section. What?
Do you think they just forgot about the new stuff?
Well, they told me to go to page 30. Oh, it's not on page 30, it's on page 6. So unlike every other document, it's before the data sheets, and on all the other documents, it's after the data sheets. Okay.
These documents are so fucking random.
For fuck's sake. What do you mean? Okay. Vizark gained support, we saw that already. Warlock Conclave lost leader added support, and it's not a character anymore. That's actually interesting for assassination. I don't know what that changes, because they already had a rule that let you double stack them, I'm pretty sure. But I guess it means you can't do Conclave plus Vizark plus your Vrain now. Which is technically a nerf. We've already talked about the Warlock Skyrunners, and that's it. We're done. We did it, chat.
Hey, this was... I think our good friend Bertie described it the best. This is a nothing burger.
There's some minor buffs to the stuff that needed it, some minor nerfs to stuff that needed it. I feel like...
Alright, hold on, that's true. Let me rephrase. This was a nothing burger for me, and I'm upset about it.
You know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to take Castle and Robots to an event again, and then decide that they're still bad. And this will continue to occur until they make the guns playable.
It wasn't even something I'd considered, but now you mentioned it, it does upset me that they're not like a points upgrade.
I know. Oh, chat, you are correct. You used to be able to field a Warlock Conclave on their own, but that was also dumb, so I'm fine with that changing.
Well,
we did it.
That was the slate. We'll see you in 1 month, I guess.
Omni, you're running 8 bots next slate? Jesus Christ, you're a maniac. Let me go check
I
out
have
points
10 of
again,
them.
actually.
They're all guns.
Yeah, the guns are not good. Oh, that is the wrong sheet. I want this
Do you
one.
think people won't notice, right? Because they're not like guns. They're like fists with tiny barrels coming out.
I'll be honest, if you go to an event and you just say to your opponents, all of these have fists, ignore the weapons, they will just go, okay, and shrug. No one cares. So long as you're not saying this squad has fists and this squad has guns and they're both modeled the same, because that's confusing, people won't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Wall's at 300 points now for 4. I still don't know if that's cheap enough.
That is getting there. They are tough. They are really tough.
They were 420 something points at the start of 10th.
Their datasheet ability is such a non-rule, but it's a non-rule that I never want to go. I love reflecting damage.
Yeah, Omni's right in chat. I don't know why they're step cost at the second unit. No one was taking a second unit. No one was taking the third unit. You take one unit and you give it an enhancement.
It's probably just a precaution in case they become too good.
Well, stop dropping the points cost then. Just make the base points cost 330. And just let you take 3 squads.
No, I mean, I'm interested with them in free. Well, I mean, realistically, they're what, 325 with the character?
325, 350 if you take 25-point enhancement for mobile.
That's not terrible.
It's cheaper than it ever has been. Paul says you're an idiot. Oh, thanks, Paul. Has Paul raided me? Is this what's happening here? That's gonna be really funny if Paul's raided me because, like, we're just finishing as well. But oh, there he is. Yep. Okay. Paul, your timing is horrendous.
That's fine. Let's improvise and find.
Oh, have I fucked up some setting again? Great. You just had to link the stream. Well, Paul, you've done so and finish it basically the same time we finished. We'd like. I like the implication of everyone saying Paul says you're an idiot because it means they've all subscribed to send that message. Thank you, chat. But don't finish yet. Let my viewers call you an idiot. Thank you. How was Paul's reaction to the Centurion changes, chat?
Oh, gee, I wonder.
Yeah, I know.
I bet he had a real moderate approach.
Paul, you know you can just join this voice chat we're in, right? We're not in a private call. We're in the like collaboration Discord voice chat. So you can call us an idiot in person if you want. You're not very happy.
I bet he wants nothing more than to finish up his live stream just to hop into another one.
Oh, there he is.
Fuck you, Astro.
How affected is your tournament list by this change, by the way?
Oh god, I'm hearing the echo. 1 sec.
Oh,
I forgot that this is not how streaming works, and you're actually talking to me in real time, not in lag time. My list went up 15 points because of the Centurions.
Yeah, I was about to add you on Fuji.
It's only fucking Space Marines, like Dark Angels. Oh no, you're fine. 350. Oh, Black Templar 350, Blood Angels 350, Space Marines 350, regular Space Marines. Oh, they use grav cannons at the WTC 365. Eat shit. Like, what is that? What is that? And Dark Angels didn't get fucking nerfed. Samael's 105. Did you know it was 95 points for Samael?
Yeah, he was cheap.
Cheaper than Shrike and Sharn.
I think Jordan's list went up more than yours though, didn't it?
Because
he was playing Samael and the bikes, and then some of the other flyers, which I think may.
I think it's about the same. I think they went up about the same. The fact that Dark Angels got away with it is insane.
The lack of changes there is kind of shocking, but I feel like it might be because they're just going to redo the rules and stuff for the Space Marines in like a month anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's because the insanely overpowered Salamander character is now 5% less points efficient, so they're basically fixed.
Oh yeah, and the Redeemers went up slightly, even though the Redeemers need to go up way more still because Redeemers are still disgusting.
Sorry, I'm wrong. Ravenwind Black Knights only went up for the third unit. He's playing 1 unit, so his list went up 10 points.
Yep.
But it's okay. It's okay. You did 20-0 him though.
I did, but fuck him. I think Hal Amberal, his list went up more than mine, so we're both gonna have to remake our lists.
Spectacular.
Yeah, it's literally the only nerfs of this are the stuff. The Librarian and Terminator armor went up 10. Banner Redeemer went up 10. Volker went up 10, and then also just to fuck with me, Centurions go up. Like, why?
It's like they're going to Legends
Why would
in
you
a
do
month
this?
and a half.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, oh, we're worried about Centurions for LGT.
Like, they better bloody be, because I'm going to throw them at every fucking Games Workshop employee I see. I've got 36 of these bad boys in my case 3.0. You think I'm not afraid to use them?
I think they're, you know, when like a beloved family dog dies, but like in its last days, it just starts pissing everywhere and it becomes really moody and bites kids. That's what the Centaurians are doing right now. They're having their little last piss stage before they die.
I was thinking to say that's what I'm doing right now, which I am, to be fair. Yeah.
Omni's asking in chat what the limit is to the tournament list changing. For the most part, what I've said to people is just so long as you're still playing the same faction, you can kind of adjust whatever you like for the most part between rounds. So long as it's not list tailoring, because that would suck. But
Dude, I have to shave 10 points off of a Warhound Titan, dude. Do you know how difficult that is?
Just like shave off one of its toes.
Man, that's gonna suck.
I need to remake my list. I'm assuming I will stick with Raven Guard. Because Toby was like, "What do you think about playing Dark Angels?" I was like, "No, I want to play Raven Guard. Raven Guard's my jam." And I feel like changing from Raven Guard to Dark Angels is literally just straight up cheating.
yeah, I wouldn't change that partly because I think the thumbnail that Ted's also done for you is the Raven Guard black scheme as well.
Yeah, we need to finish this this Chrono Cup before the Space Marine Codex. Otherwise, my art is useless. I'm in a Centurion, so
no.
I might request the absolute like just this insane horror version of me as the thumbnail from now on.
No,
Like,
To be fair, you can just use them as a Legends Day issue.
to be fair, we are allowing legends at the moment, so
yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh.
Hey. All right, I stopped my stream because I was going to get lunch, so I'm going to go get lunch. See y'all later.
All right, thank you, Paul. What a nice young man.
What a lovely guy, but that was a real bad joke, and now my opinion of Paul is soured.
All right, I'm probably also going to get lunch in a sec because I'm also streaming again in like 2 hours' time with two of the players who are now currently scrambling to update their lists. Yay!
Awesome. I'm not medicated today, so I can actually eat food, which I'm going to do.
Right. Okay. Thank you everyone for getting along. This was thoroughly entertaining, although a very quick Slate review compared to some of the normals. Honestly, I'm glad it's been quick because I have the stream in like 2 hours' time, and I kind of wanted the break. Yeah, if you, I think this stream is directed to direct you guys to the tournament game that's playing in like 2 hours. We've got Horma 1 and General Bradley. I'm setting a time limit on them this time. I've set them 5 hours maximum. I'm going to put a timer on.
I didn't watch the game, but whose fault was it, that game being 6 hours long?
I want to say it was a mix of both, but I don't know. Bradley is not a fast player.
I saw it was 6 hours long. I was like, shit, maybe chess clocks are not that bad.
Like, the thing is, I'm not going to like super hard enforce the chess clock, but what I'm thinking is I'll just put the chess clock on the background and just ask them to use it and just say it's like 5 hours in case they do go long. It's not super likely. Yeah, well, because like I expect a normal Warhammer game is like 3 to 3.5 hours, right? I expect TTS to add like half hour to 40 minutes, and then we're doing it on stream, so we're going to be yapping and talking about stuff. So like, I don't mind it taking longer. Chat, if you want to see the matchups or the bracket, they are on my Discord server. In a I can link my Discord actually. Let me just link it to anyone who's not on it. In my chat. There's a link to the Discord server in the chat if anyone wants it. There's a Chrono Cup discussion chat, and pinned in it is a lot of the army lists that have been used, as well as, and I occasionally post the bracket, which right now is, I can probably switch. Well, I can't actually add it super easily, but we have Horma and Bradley playing. Horma's getting used to playing, so he's getting a bit faster. Bradley doesn't play super often, so he's a bit of a slower player, I think, in terms of speed.
I think he has internet issues being in Manila as well.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help. But yeah, thank you, Shagrock, for coming and yapping with me. It's a shame the others didn't turn up. Omni? No, Omni's working, it's fine.
I'm a bit sad I didn't get to crash out about anything.
Yeah, nothing was egregiously bad here, but nothing was like super exciting either. I'm definitely
Still
going to
upset no night changes, but whatever.
I am going to try robots again and then inevitably decide I still don't like them, but... But yeah, okay. we'll see you all later, guys. Hopefully the stream will work and redirect you guys to the game that's going to be streamed in like 2 hours' time, and we'll see you there.